Star Report. I'm your host, Star. It is Saturday evening. Welcome to the show. Okay, you see the title, Hugh Hefner Playboy Parties versus Sean Combs Freak-Offs. Okay, let's get down to business. Some of you, you've been emailing me, asking me about what's the difference between Hugh Hefner's Playboy Parties and Diddy's Freak-Offs, and some people have called in with regards to the discussions that we have been having as well over the past week since the verdict came down and Sean Combs has been found guilty. You know the charges already. So I want to give you some context this evening. I want to go back and play some video footage with regards to Hugh Hefner's Playboy empire. Hopefully some of you know the story behind the scenes. If not, you know, we're gonna comb through this. So be ready to watch, to listen. I want to focus on the American sexual revolution, first and foremost, from during the 60s and the 70s, because I think that's key with regards to Hugh Hefner's rise to fame and the fact that the people that he had at his Playboy Mansion parties over the decades were not just famous people. He handpicked them. There was politicians, of course, actors and musicians and things like that. But this was over the course of many, many decades. And with regards to the American sexual revolution, let me point out changing attitudes in society, influence of the pill, the birth control pill, the feminist movement, counterculture, and the hippie movement, rise of gay rights. So there were some things that allowed, Hugh Hefner and his magazine, Playboy, because he started out being a magazine publisher, some things that allowed him to get into the minds and the hearts of society. I'm not going to play too many old interviews of his because, again, it was a very different time in society, but I want to see if we can cross-reference where we are now and why Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, may have fallen. Now, we already went over the Mann Act for those of you who did a little research, and thank you for doing research because it's not just about Diddy being a black man. Diddy's wealthy. He's wealthy. So, if you ask me, and I'm going to say it again, he was too old not to know better. Diddy's almost 60. So some of the things that we're going to discuss here this evening, he should have already known, if you ask me. With regards to the Mann Act, again, Chuck Berry, Charlie Chaplin, and a host of others who were charged, and some were convicted of the Mann Act. So Diddy should have known better. But with regards to his freak-offs, I want to ask you guys early, what's the difference between the crowds that Hugh Hefner had? For those of you who know your history, and many of you do, what's the difference in the crowds, the target demo between Diddy's hip-hop / rap music genre that came to his freak-offs and Hugh Hefner's crowd? If you ask me, one is upper crust. The other is very, very lower tier. We have to be real with ourselves with regards to Diddy's appeal. And that's not to kick his back in or to look down upon, the rap audience. But he was bringing in a certain crowd that were not necessarily people of status. And if they were, then they surely weren't trying to be recorded. You see, Diddy was filming things. That's just one of the differences, okay? All right, thank you for your support early. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me just check everything on the screen here. Okay, we should be good to go. Deeds is monitoring the live chat. Please stay on topic, if you will. Deeds, how is the audio? How is the spelling? I'm going to get right into one of these videos about Hugh Hefner, the legacy of the Playboy clubs. And it's important that you understand the backstory because otherwise you'll just be saying, oh, yeah, they did Diddy dirty. Yeah, so let me say before I even play videos, yes, they did Diddy dirty. But now, wasn't he old enough to know better, to insulate himself? Many people have always said, oh, he learned from Clive Davis. Okay, If Diddy learned from Clive Davis, shouldn't he have learned what not to do in terms of bringing the heat to himself? I've never heard about Clive Davis being arrested or anything with regards to sexual misconduct. I'm sure Clive Davis had many, many lawsuits, former head of Arista Records and J Records, for those who don't know. I'm sure Hugh Hefner was involved in lawsuits. Oh, and let me point this out because this is important. The first Playboy Mansion was in Chicago. And when Hugh Hefner took it out to Beverly Hills, California, the police did investigate because of the noise and over the decades, the years. So police were keeping an eye on things, but I don't know if anybody was necessarily arrested. I don't know if Hugh Hefner was arrested. Well, let's get down to business, okay? Let's get started here early. All right, Hugh Hefner, Playboy Mansion versus Diddy's freak-offs. Okay, so now there's a whole series with regards to Secrets of Playboy documentary, and over the years there has been many different perspectives, versions, if you will, with regards to the lifestyle of Hugh Hefner. Oh, and I never read his book, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. Was Hugh Hefner bisexual? I think in his early days he was. That's what I heard. I don't remember. I never read his book. I just wasn't really interested, in even going to the Playboy Mansion. When I first went to Los Angeles, California in the mid-'80s, I had no interest in going to the Playboy Mansion. But let's have the discussion. Oh, guys, and showrunner, we will get to college grads. Hold on a second. Wow, that's a little crazy. College grad unemployment surges. Okay, let me bring in my first caller and let's take our time here and walk through this. Hey there, area code 602. Good evening. Are you there? Saturday night.
Yep, I'm here.
Hey there.
I'm here.
Hey,
this is Paula in Arizona.
Hey,
You
Paula.
talked to me before, the one that's out here married.
How are you?
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Where do you want to start?
Well, so I watched that Playboy Bunny episode, and those ladies that were talking, I saw both sides of their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the sides of that conversation was those that, like they said, they were protected. They were the ladies in the front. They were the ones that got the guys in the door. They were the ones that just served the drinks, and did the bunny cute thing, and that was it. Then there was something else ominous going on in the background. And I couldn't really determine how it was happening. There was the ladies that looked like, well, I'll go one step further, that I don't know that they necessarily broke the rule or that they were just not the front ladies, that these were the back ladies that could do something else. And
but now, hang on a second. I hate to cut you short. I want to try, if we can, to compare the Hugh Hefner Playboy parties to the Sean Combs freak-offs. Or is there no comparison? Is there no comparison?
So can I just finish what I was going to say? Because on that special, they even brought up Don Cornelius, right? Mm-hmm. And so Don Cornelius was one on that other special, which was he could take the girls out. They could go and do something different. That's not just what was at the party. According to that episode or that series, Don Cornelius was supposedly had beat up those girls, one of them, and sexually violated those women. This is Soul Train. So make sure whoever's going.
Don Cornelius from Soul Train. And, hold on. Now, was he convicted of this, or is this just hearsay?
No. They was here. Those ladies, the people who worked there, they're the ones that had to go get the girls that were beat up at his house. And they didn't want a big stink to be a part of that. Now, remember, that's also what Bill Cosby was accused of too. That some of these high-powered black men would do these other things with these women. So, in my opinion, it looked like maybe these black guys were, going too far with some of those white women, and they were doing some different stuff. So that was a part of the exhibition of the Playboy Mansion going wild. Diddy had something on a different level. He was doing the front side of the partying, right? but he was involved personally in the wild. I don't know about Hugh Hefner being involved with the women being beat up and all this other kind of stuff. It sounded like he was just a freak and he had kink. But Diddy had a whole different thing going on. The women, like I'm gonna use the new girls, the ones that had the show with Hugh Hefner. They were baked in with it. They didn't mind it. Okay. Cassie, on the other side, she actually thought she had a relationship with this guy, and it was a pimp aspect to it more than it was. Hugh looked like he liked threesomes.
If I can jump in for a second, I did not read Hugh Hefner's autobiography. I would imagine, I can't be sure, that the drug of choice at that time, he indulged in some cocaine, but I've never heard about, the things that Diddy's being accused of. But again,
correct.
But again, I'm not, in any way, shape, or form trying to stick up for Hugh Hefner. It's a different day and time. My question is,
right,
what did Diddy? What did he do wrong? Because freak parties are freak parties, regardless. And Hugh Hefner has a big, he has been a big advocate for Viagra. So he was slinging tool at the parties. Let's not act like he was innocent. But what did Diddy do wrong? And then I'll let you go back.
In my opinion, the only thing that he did wrong, well, let me not say it like I'm thinking that any part of what he did was okay. I think what could have been perceived as doing wrong was that these women that he was involved with, that he brought them in as the relationship aspect, not as the freak aspect. So when they're in with him, it's a mindset thing. They're thinking, I really like him, and I'm independent, and I want to get freaky with my man, and me and my man gonna get kinky, and we're gonna do a threesome, and I don't mind doing a little bit of this and that with my man. That's on the front side in her head, but it was a pimp side on the back, like an invisible pimp hand, that he was drawing them into a web of something else that was going on in his head, and what his head was. The videoing. He liked the pornography aspects of it. And the women are like, well, maybe there's nothing wrong with being kiki and freaky with my man on tape. And so now me and you, Star,
Now hang on a second. I have to ask you this. You said you're married. We spoke before. You're married?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think, Diddy should have protected himself in a sense and maybe married Cassie or married someone. When you get to that age that he's at, almost 60, and you're still hanging with these young girls, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's what triggered Cassie when she saw him bounce around with what's that girl's name? I keep forgetting. Young Miami.
Carisha.
Carisha. That made Cassie say, "Oh, so you haven't learned yet, old nigga." And then she lined him up. So see if we can tie two ends of the rope together. I'm just asking because people have been saying, yo, Hugh Hefner, they were freaking back in the days. And I think people have valid points here. But go ahead. What's the difference?
There's an abuse that was involved in this also, right?
Right.
So I don't know the deeper parts of Hugh Hefner, but publicly you've not really heard of a deeper level of abuse that he had with even the last little girls that he was messing with, married to in his older days, that he was abused.
But hang on, dog. I don't mean to cut you short. You said Don Cornelius, host and creator of Soul Train, allegedly was stomping hoes' ears together. Playboy bunnies, that's what you said?
Yes, that is included in that documentary. So if anybody goes and watch that whole documentary, and he's included.
And Bill Cosby was giving people Mickeys and Spanish Fly, and that's how
correct.
Right. Okay. So there was a physical aspect with regards to the Hugh Hefner Playboy empire. Was there some type of payout? Did Don Cornelius, as you say, did somebody give one or two of the females some money?
They did not say on that documentary whether or not the women were paid out. They just made it sound like the house lady, and the bodyguard, people like that, had to go get the lady and wash off and, you know, clean all up because she was beat up pretty bad.
Damn.
And that hurt because, you know, this is Don Cornelius, you know, and so that one kind of hurt.
Isn't Don Cornelius from Chicago? Oh, hold on, baby. Can someone confirm, is he one of those old Chicago pimps? I mean, just because he was the host of Soul Train does not mean he couldn't get turned up on some fish scale and get the whooping on a bitch, respectfully. But now, let me just ask you this. I appreciate your call, and I'm going to let you land your plane. Do you think Diddy should have given Cassie $10 million when they finally broke up? Just give it $10 million, and none of this ever would have happened. This whole trial and conviction. Just give it 10. Should he have done that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe had he had done that, she would have accepted it. If he hadn't have said, you know, there was no tape or whatever that happened that blew up, and he kind of made her out to be crazy, a liar, and then the tape came out.
Yeah.
So he was stupid for trying to defy that when he knew he did it. Yeah. So, but I'm going to land the plane on this, and I know I'm going to make you laugh every time we talk. Me and you laugh about it because, you know, me and you about the same age.
Okay.
So in the 90s, remember when Twa came out?
Who?
Twa, right? With Kenya Moore.
Okay, yes.
Twa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this stuff, you know, I'm in college. This stuff is happening in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So the black culture started shifting sexually anyway. The black women started saying, well, I'm an independent woman, and if I want to be a freak, I can go out here and give it away, you know, and doing this and that and the other. You had Stefan, what's her name? Karine Stefan, or whatever, Stefan Karine, whatever her name is, Superhead, or I think that's her name.
Corinne Stefan.
And she has her documentary. Yeah. And so she came out with one of the first ones to say, I didn't mind the drugs. I didn't mind the sex. I loved it all. Right. And so I think that it propelled an image of us out here saying that we're okay with it all, right? But I don't think everybody was okay with it all. I get it about the hustle. Some women have that barter system, transactional situation where you're trying to get the relationship aspect going. So you're trying to use your body to get the love, and he's withholding the love to get your body. So, you know, you can't see those machinations playing. So when Twa came through, a lot of folks was like, well, you know, it's okay to be freaky with your man, and it's okay to be doing this and doing that or whatever, you know. And so I think it was a little bit more convoluted when you can't see that Puffy had an agenda. That's the only thing I'm going to say. And he was an abusive person.
Okay.
He had an agenda.
I appreciate the call, darling. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye now. Okay. She made some good points. And thank you, Deeds. Deeds just sent me a text and said, yes, Don Cornelius is from Chicago. It's not funny, guys, but I didn't see that documentary that she's talking about. Was Don Cornelius host of a Soul Train beating females down like that? Damn. Shit, did he get out there at the Playboy Mansion party and just black out? Thank you for your donation. Don Cornelius blew his head off in 2012. Hefner was filming his freak-offs too. Yeah, I would imagine he was filming, but you know, social media-wise, it's I guess the intention is different. I can very easily kick Diddy's back in, but I want us to have that discussion about what the differences are, if any, in terms of what you guys think, all right? And thank you, Parnell. I got your donation. Let's take a few more calls here. Area code 215. Good evening. We're talking about the Hugh Hefner Playboy parties versus Diddy's freak-offs. Are you there? 215.
Hey, Star. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Good to hear from you.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. The difference. Oh God, I hope I don't sound terrible.
Come on, take your time. Take your time.
Okay. I think the difference is obvious. I don't understand the black man's need to want to follow everything the white man does.
Good point.
I don't understand it.
Good point.
You can't do what they do.
Right.
you can't move any kind of way. You can't move how they move, even when you are a quote unquote self-made billionaire. There wasn't any difference between them. But also there is a nigga element that a lot of black, oh damn. Can I say that?
Listen, it's Saturday night. Fuck this algorithm. Let's go there, Sarah. Come on.
There's a nigga element that a lot of black men have.
Right.
For example, what this woman just said, Don Cornelius was beating hoes. Bill Cosby was drugging them.
Drugging bitches.
Two niggas. Two niggas doing niggerly shit and the white man shit.
Right.
Do you see that?
Following behind the white
that
man.
Nigga element, it's not, with the white, but the white man, he knows how to classy up his shit because when you showed that clip, when you showed that clip, they called it a pig party.
Right.
But the staff was instructed, do not call these women pigs to their face. Right. You see that? So the white man knows how to skippity-doo-dah and classy up filth. Niggas do the nigga shit and get caught up.
Can I jump in, Sarah?
Go ahead.
Stay with me. I got time tonight. Aside from Cassie, I saw, as many of you folks saw, a very cringe video of some little, I don't know whether she was 14 or 15, maybe 13, some little white girl at an MTV event, and the diddler is talking about, is she coming to the party? I say, damn, nigga, have you no shame?
Yeah.
So yes, with regards to
that nigga element, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, yes, you're right. The nigga element. And I say, damn, nigga, what the fuck? I'm sorry, go ahead.
And it's like, yeah, you may have certain status, but you're not going. Why do you want to? Man, the white men do it, and Hugh Hefner. They also compared, say, R. Kelly to Hugh Hefner. You're not there. There's a history when it comes to you, and you haven't fully revamped that history. So you're not there. Why do you want to do what they do? But once again, they put that element, that nigga element, to it, and it's just like cringe. You get what I mean? So what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Let me jump in here. I think you hit the nail on the head. And when it comes to these white women, these niggas lose their mind. They lose their mind. And I'm so glad you took it there early because, it's not just about me kicking Diddy's back in. He lost control. And I really do, regardless of how I live my life, I respect men who are married, who just suck it up. And they have that old school thinking, it's cheaper to keep her. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems.
I agree with you. But once again, that nigga mentality. Man, I ain't married no bitch. No, man, fuck these hoes. And she got him.
Right.
You see that?
Right.
She got him. Like, I do agree with you. It was expected for him to marry her or Kim Porter or somebody. But the nigga element, man, I ain't getting married to these bitches, man. You see that? Or, like you said, he could have given her, if he had gave her $10 million, showed that respect considering all they were doing. You see? You got all of my dirt. What's messing me up, he paid that woman altogether got $30 million, and his secret still came out.
Right.
He paid the 20 up front, and everything still came out. So it's all quite interesting. Now, your showrunner, it says college grad unemployment surges.
I haven't gotten to that video yet, so don't worry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. But let me ask you this, because you see, if people can be objective like you just were, I will go there tonight. Kim Porter's father seems to think she was killed. I'm not saying by who, but her father seems to think that she was done dirty. And why did he marry her? I don't think he married Kim. Right?
No.
He married Kim. Diddy should have gotten married, if you ask me. And some of these issues that we see now may not have blossomed like they did. But go ahead and land your plane. I appreciate the call, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he had children with Kim.
Yeah.
But that mama energy, that nigga element, he didn't fall. He was still operating like a regular dude on the street, and he was way up here. Right. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that element is what was used to bring him down. And I believe they're still holding him, because I think I wouldn't be surprised, Star, if more charges are coming. You get what I mean?
We're going to get to that, because that's the rumblings right now that some other charges may come. But hey, Sarah, great to talk to you. Thank you for tapping in.
Good talking to you, Star. Have a good night.
Bye now. Okay. Thank you for your donation. TE.24K. Okay. Peace, laughter, and gratitude. I got your donation on the screen. Guys, I'm going to try and get your donations on the screen. Just bear with me. I appreciate your support. A Boogie says Diddy called it black excellence. What the fuck is she talking about? Uh-oh, wait a minute. There you are on a Saturday night. Janet, good to hear from you. Where are we going?
Hey, Star.
Hey, Janet. What's going on?
Well, I want to call about Diddy. The difference between him and Hugh Hefner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that Diddy promised those girls love, and Hugh promised them $1. See, if you're gonna be out here pimping women, all right, you always gotta have a barrier. You don't have sex with women without a condom. You always gotta have a barrier. You don't kiss them on the lips, and you don't sweet talk them, and you don't rub their hair. What you do is you do what you're gonna do, and then you give them $1 amount, which is equal and fair to what they have done. And you tell them, say, hey, this is for your hair, this is for your toes, this is for you to go buy some groceries. Maybe, you can have a barbecue or something, but you never promise a woman love. Never do that if you're not serious. Right. Because then a woman will take revenge, and that's what happened. You never give a woman a chance to be jealous. If she's going to be jealous of something, let her be jealous over $1 amount, not over emotion.
Okay, let's go, Janet. Let's go. Saturday night. You're talking shit.
So that's the difference, He promised them love. He treated them like they was his girlfriends. And in reality, some of them were. And that was his biggest mistake. Hugh, he, picked out all of them. He picked one and say, hey, this is my girl right here. And then put her to the side so everybody knew their place. See, he wasn't managing his females correctly. He was sitting over there holding their hands. What are you holding their hands for? Showing them off, going to get their hair done, saying he loves them and how special they are. You don't do that. Right. Because
Janet talking pimp shit on a Saturday night. Hold on a second, Janet. With regards to Diddy, let me just go back here for a second. And I don't know. I didn't read all of the transcripts between he and Cassie. Was there ever talk of marriage, or was it just a freak off relationship? I know they were saying, I love you more, yada. Was there ever talk of marriage?
Yes, I believe there was some rumblings about her wanting to have his kid and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. See, so, that's what I'm saying. See, black men, they don't economically, sometimes their money don't equal to the counterpart of the white pimp.
Okay.
So they exchange money with emotions, and that's how they get them. They mess with their psycho. They mess with their psyche and make them feel like they want it and need it and care for it. And see, that's something that you can't barter that. Right. You really can't barter that, because with that comes with jealousy and ownership, and a woman feeling like that she has to be placed on a certain pedestal or level in their lives, and then they not. And then when they realize that, see, that's when that revenge and that resentment come in. So you can't do that from the door. You gotta say, hey, listen, it's like this, and this is how it's gonna be, and this is the amount of money. Now, if you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you're not. Don't get mixed up with it. And then
let me ask you a question, Jen, because I didn't study Hugh Hefner's rise. I mean, I watched over the years some of his interviews with Dick Cavett and Piers Morgan and others. But wasn't he a bisexual man in his earlier days? I could have swore that's.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't study him like that, because it didn't interest me like that. But the only thing I know,
nor I. But I'm just saying for the sake of history and somewhat accuracy, because people keep saying, did he learn from Clive Davis? So if he had this mentality of learned behavior, then maybe he was conducting himself in that manner as well. I don't know. I don't want to put that on him if it didn't happen. But all I know is about is rubbing other men's semen on his nipples. Weirdo shit. Go ahead.
Well, they always talk about Clive Davis, but nobody ever mentioned that Diddy went to Catholic school for a long period of time. And the schools that he went to, supposedly, I don't know all the information or details, just the rumors on the street.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So maybe he learned it from school, and he just perfected it underneath Clive. I don't know. But the thing is, if he's going to get someone and he needed someone to do the freak off with him, you don't have sex with the same girl no more than 3 times. You have sex with a woman more than 3 times, she's going to develop emotions for you, especially if you're hitting it raw.
An attachment.
Because that skin is skin.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
And then that's a whole thing that hit that brain. Then you're going to be messed up. So my whole thing is the difference between them is that commerce. Diddy traded in emotions, even with all his money, most of his stuff, and most of these women acted out of emotions. And Hugh Hefner traded in money.
Okay. So
most of these women were there for the money, and they knew it. So that's the difference. And that's why Diddy got in trouble and Hugh didn't.
Okay.
For the main part, because he's still a hero. Hugh Hefner is still a hero in American eyes.
In a lot of circles, yeah.
Yeah.
Janet, do you want to hold? I'm going to play this video with regards to college grad unemployment surges, or are you good? You want to land your plane? It's up to you.
Well, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and hold.
Okay. Everybody sit tight.
Okay.
I want to play this video. And thank you for your donation on the screen. Did he beat the feds and star? And these heifers still hating, shaking my head. Okay. Appreciate you donating. I found this to be pretty interesting here via CBS News. Hold on, guys. Let's get to this. This is my showrunner. Some things I want to show you rather than try to explain it to you. Here we go.
The unemployment rate for new college grads has recently surged, and some economists say businesses are now replacing entry-level jobs with artificial intelligence. Here's CBS's Ali Bauman.
Front gate.
22-year-old Michael Macaluso just earned his degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Connecticut.
Go good.
But this summer, he's back helping manage his hometown pool. He hasn't found a job in his field despite applying for nearly 200 positions.
Did you have any expectations about what the job market would be like when you graduated?
I was told by a lot of people that I was going to get a job right out of college. And then all of a sudden, there's no jobs.
New research finds now, for the first time ever, the unemployment rate among recent college graduates has exceeded the national unemployment rate, ballooning to 6.6% over the past 12 months. Oxford Economics' Matthew Martin.
This is kind of goes against what you would expect. Those with higher educational attainment usually have better employment prospects than those with less educational attainment.
Martin's team believes companies are eliminating formative entry-level jobs, the work handed over to artificial intelligence. Tech companies are leading the way.
AI is permeating every aspect of our lives.
Nariman Farvardin, the president of Stevens Institute of Technology, says his school has been preparing for the AI revolution for the last 10 years. He expects disruption throughout the workforce will be bigger than the disturbance brought on by the introduction of the internet, and it could last up to 15 years.
I think AI has the potential to either augment or maybe totally replace jobs that are physically or cognitively repetitive. These jobs are not only done by entry people. There are certain people who do repetitive things for all of their life. Those jobs are in jeopardy.
Kaylee Totlin just graduated from Stevens with her computer science degree. She did an internship with Verizon as a sophomore, and the company has now hired her.
I think something that's important with entry-level jobs is the networking and the opportunities that you make from it.
Farvarden says his message to students today is the same as it always has been. Get an education that will last a lifetime.
We don't try to teach our students skills. We try to teach students a way to learn on their own for the rest of their lives.
He says workers who innovate alongside AI won't get left behind. Allie Bauman, CBS News, Eastchester, New York.
Okay, Janet, are you there? Did you see that? That's pretty interesting. College grad unemployment surges. You recently retired. Any concern, or is it just the changing times and AI is taking over? Deal with it.
Well, I think like this. You have to, if you're going to go to college, first of all, you should be going to college to learn how to run your own business and do your own thing. That's what college is for. College, if you're making college the pipeline to just American workers, then, there's no need for that because you have high school for that. College is supposed to be an opening and for you to be able to, to expand your horizons with or without an employer. So, and secondly, you have to understand that it's a lot of online colleges. I graduated from an online college in computer science.
Okay.
So, so my whole thing is, so you have more college graduates than you did before. And thirdly, if I was going to go to college and say that I was going to just, work and whatever, then I would do something. You have to think, if you're on an island and you have nothing, what can you do to justify your existence on that island? Can you alleviate pain? So that's doctors, nurses, EMTs, things like that. Can you build something? Can you build a house? Those are your engineers, your blacks, what's the things called, the ones that do the buildings of the houses, your construction workers, your carpenters, and things like that. Right, your engineers, your things as such. Okay. So if I was young, like I was telling my son, I say, listen, you all either got to get on a pole, right, or when they was going to school, I said, either, because they, them some handsome young men, I say, either y'all gonna have to get on the pole, make your own money, be independent, or if you're gonna go to work and you want to be this, businessman or whatever you're gonna be, you have to do something that people gonna always need.
Okay.
So your trade got to be, like, as I say, medicine, things as such, or, social is something that you can help your other person. So you have to just, think that way.
All right. Jen, I have to take other calls. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in.
Oh, okay.
Bye
now. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, Jen on the line. Guys, thank you for your donations. Who's this here? Asked me if I have ever seen Culture Club live. Yes, I spoke about them over the years. Culture Club, man, it was on the pier in New York City. Queen Latifah and the Safari Sisters opened up. And that band with Culture Club was smoking. That was at their peak, mid to late 80s. I forget when. And they got busy. Culture Club, absolutely. Thank you for your donation. Hey there, area code 917. Saturday evening, we're talking about the differences, if any, between Hugh Hefner, Sean Combs, freak-offs versus Playboy parties. Are you there? 917.
What's up, Star? It's your girl.
Hey.
It's Nikki D. How are you?
Hey, the first female signed to Def Jam. Yes?
What's going on? I love your show as always.
Thank you.
You keep it 1,000 every single time. And I was like, I saw the show. I said, I got to call in.
Always good to hear from you. Are you still teaching? You out in Jersey teaching?
I'm not teaching. I was a trainer at one point.
Right.
And I was a fitness manager at New York Sports Club. But I do a music program for kids, teaching them all the different other industries within the music industry.
That's what I meant. You were working with the children. Okay, so
yes.
where do you want to start, Nikki D? Diddy parties versus Hugh Hefner's freak offs.
I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it a square. Diddy's not white, right? So, and what I mean by that is he's gonna always get the most flack. There's a whole bunch of people that are in jail right now, or out on bond because they've been dealing with prostitutes or messing with young girls and the whole nine, right? So that whole thing is already happening. Right. Whatever Diddy did to somebody, and I do honestly believe that there's somebody spearheaded this whole thing. Sorry, that's New York City in the background.
That's okay.
I do believe somebody spearheaded this whole idea of, running him through the wire, if you will, right? Now, I'm not saying he's innocent, but let's go into the whole idea of these ladies talking about, he promised these women love and a relationship. I don't think he ever promised them anything. Now, was he pimping them initially? Absolutely. Come on, girl, like you're going to get everything you need. Right. You got the allowance. Right. He'll put you in a fly-ass car. The door's going to fly up when you pull up on Rodeo Drive. You good money. So they all were there for a reason. Cassie was dating Ryan Leslie prior to Diddy, right?
Yeah.
10 years older than her. For 3 years. She moved on to Puff because why? More opportunity. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there.
Right. Right.
More opportunity. It worked for her, right? And when she got in the first year or two or whatever, she knew she wasn't about to be nobody's wife. Right. She was freaking off already. So to me, you have an opportunity to go ahead and skate. You know what I mean? This doesn't make him a good person or I'm siding with him because she didn't do it. But you also got to have some control. She wasn't a baby. People are like, oh, he groomed her.
No, she was grown. She was grown. You're right. You're right.
She was grown. You know what I mean? She was already with somebody who was older than her, right? So I think the reason why he's not locking in with these women like that, and you might agree or disagree, but I don't think he really loves women like that. I think he uses them for a tool.
Uh-oh.
You feel me?
Where you going, Nikki D? Where you going? Where you going? Listen, I'll follow your lead.
I'll say this,
I'll follow your lead. I don't give a fuck tonight. Where you going?
I'll say this, Star. Within the trial, I never heard any of the men say that Diddy was on them, right? But the idea of wanting to see another man freak off with your woman, the idea of wanting the bus on you at the end, like that's some weird shit right there, period, right? And I don't think that Kim got married or Cassie was going to get married or any of these girls were going to get him like that because I honestly don't think he sees them. They're tools. That's not what he really loves. That's just, I could be wrong.
Nikki
you feel
D?
me? And you know where I'm going. I just won't say it.
Well, hold on. I'll say it. Were females beards for Diddy, in your opinion?
Yeah. yes.
Okay.
And it's not to, and listen, and Puff is my guy. Like, don't get it twisted. I've been to the house. I've been to the Catskills. I've been to all the parties prior to the freak-offs and all of that shit.
Oh.
I've done all of that with him. He's a super entertaining, smart-ass man. But he's also a little violent. So when it comes to the niggery thing that old girl was talking about, I think it's more narcissism than it is niggery, right? Because remember, him and Kim had a situation, and Kim, at the last straw, she jabbed him in the arm with a fucking corkscrew. Sorry for cursing. Jabbed him in the arm with a corkscrew.
It's fine.
Let out. He was bleeding crazy.
Yeah.
In a he had a cast or whatever for a while, and he was like, "Oh, I can't play over there no more like that. I gotta go find me another thing." So while she was the mother of his children, she still also, I believe, didn't leave because I think she wanted to continue her children to have a lifestyle that she knows she couldn't afford on her own. I think she sacrificed for her children. I don't think she stayed there because, I can't have nothing else. I think she did it for her kids. Like, those are my thoughts. And,
can I ask you a question?
Come on.
Can I ask you a question, Nikki D? I never knew Diddy back in the days. I knew him as Puffy. I never knew him to do coke. We knew a lot of the same people. When he was over at MCA, I was working at Warner Electric Atlantic. So we were at the industry parties, before he really popped off. He wasn't a coke user. In your opinion,
not at all.
In your opinion, did Kim Porter turn him out and put him onto coke? That's what I heard.
That would be something that I'm not privy to. But I did hear that when he got jabbed up with the corkscrew, that he got addicted to
painkillers, yeah.
And
Big Gene told
painkillers and
Big Gene told me that. But somehow he started messing with the booger sugar, and
he definitely wasn't doing that back in the day.
Right. And then he got sloppy. And I'm not trying to kick his back in, but I have to be objective with it. So So when he,
no, you said the right thing.
Yeah, you know, he's out there on the yayo. He's fucking around with the young Miami.
He got out of control.
Yeah, and I don't have to kick in Cassie's back, but I truly think that she lined him up because some of the I don't have it here with me now, but some of the transcripts show that he had erectile dysfunction. So at some point, she probably said, "This old nigga's got coke dick, and you know, I'm getting older. I'm out of here." I think he should have offered her 10, 15 to something to just
and that's where he got himself caught up. Absolutely, you should have gave her some coins, let her go on about her way, and she would have been great. Because one other thing too, in the transcripts too in court, they also talked about him trying to get her off the drugs, right? They also talked about him calling the drug dealers, allegedly, Richard, calling the drug dealers and telling them to not.
Allegedly, I don't know. Whoa.
Allegedly. Allegedly, you know, these people. Anyway, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Calling them and telling them, hey, stop giving her drugs, stop doing it. And at this point, fine, she's hooked. But, you know, granted, when you, like you said it best when it first happened, and I sent it to people and I shared it. I said, Scar said these were drug addicts having a tumultuous relationship. Yeah. And that, my friend, I think is really what happened.
Yeah.
You know? And he had a bunch of hot girls.
I've been there, and I truly believe that Cassie tried to run out of the hotel room. Not that it justifies him putting hands and feet on her, but she's running out with the guy, the coke and the money. And he probably said, "Bitch, what are you doing? We've had enough. Come on and lay down. Stop." But
I can't.
Hey, before you go, did you ever see or hear about Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, taking pipe? Nikki D.
You know what? Rumors, right? Okay. But I've not known. I don't know myself. Okay. Just like you, I've heard things. I've not seen things. Yeah. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? But I will say this. The industry is a very wicked place. And if you don't know how to move in it, you will get caught up.
Demonic,
you know what I mean? So
demonic. Yeah.
Very wicked, very wicked. You will get caught up. But can I just tell people where to holler at me at?
Absolutely. And I got one more question for you. I don't mean to
Go ahead. I'm here. Go for it.
Put you on the spot. He's been a good man to me, but do you stay in contact with Russell Simmons?
Absolutely. Okay. I do. And what I'll say, listen, and I'll go ahead and throw that piece in there. I've known Russell since I was 17, 18 years old, and he's always been extremely nice to me, right?
Yes.
And he's always been extremely nice to me. Like, he even put me on the road on the Public Enemy tour. There was Rakim. There was Public Enemy, Eric B. and Rakim. There was, I think, LL was on this. It was a big tour. Yeah. And he said, I just want you to go on there. He put me, and Houdini. He put me on Houdini's bus and said, hey, y'all watch out for it. None of y'all niggas try to, right? Yeah. And he gave me a per diem. I had my money, and I was little sis on the road. So he took care of me, and all the way to the end when I asked for a release from Def Jam, he said, you sure that's what you want to do? I was like, yeah. Like, y'all, I don't think y'all know what to do with me, blah, blah, blah. He gave me everything back. Here, contract in, no big deal. So I've also known people to party and show up because they want to party with him. A lot of people come on the scene, women in general, because I'm going to just go ahead and say it. A lot of women want things. They don't just show up because, I just want to hang around the cool guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you see this stuff.
I just want to say he was very, very good to me. And just tell him I asked about him. Not that, he has to reach out, but just tell him I asked. He'll know what that means. He'll know what that means.
I will. He's always in the States too, by the way.
Yeah.
He's always moving around.
Say that nigga Star asked about you. But anyway, where do people find you, Nikki?
You can find me on Instagram at I am Nikki D, NIKKID __, or you can come on my YouTube channel, The Nikki D Show, which I'm gonna keep pushing that forward. So absolutely. Thanks, Star, and it's always a pleasure talking to you, man.
Great to talk to you. Bye now.
All right, take care.
Bye. Nikki D, first female rapper signed to Def Jam, and a very, very nice person. Her and I stay in touch over the years, right? Hey there, 313. Are you ready? Area code 313. Yes, no, maybe.
Ready.
Hey, how are you, sir?
What's good, Star? I'm all right.
Okay.
You know, Star, I listen to you all the time, and I hear you asking the question, what's the difference?
Yeah, what is the difference, sir?
Man, you know what the difference is.
No, sir, I don't, sir. I'm asking you. I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. This is the difference.
Come on.
Bum bitches.
Come on.
Flat out. I noticed, man. I'm looking at all the females he dealing with. How you a billionaire dealing with females don't even own a coffee shop, a muffin shop, don't got a nail, they ain't doing nothing for themselves, bro. He was supposed to get caught up for that. They was plucking at him every chance they got, bro. Hugh Hefner had the women that was around Hugh Hefner probably owned a diner, worked somewhere else. Her husband is. These women ain't have nothing, man. And that's what he get. How you a billionaire dealing? You see, he didn't do J-Lo like that.
Good point.
He didn't want no woman with high self-esteem around him. You notice that? That's kind of strange, man. For you to be that high up and you ain't got no woman that own no type of company, a jewelry company, nothing. I'm talking about no type of business. Think about all their pedigree. None of them had nothing going. So all they could do was eat at him like they was in a crack house trying to get a blow. That's all it was about, Star. He was supposed to get got like that. Think about it.
I'm listening to you.
No.
Listen, I want to have this conversation because, listen, I got a whole lot to say, but I don't want to steer the conversation. But yes, you're right. Nothing ass bitches from the rap genre, diaspora, if you will. Yeah, bum bitches. Come on.
Bum bitches. Manifesting. He saw a digital picture. Oh, I gotta have that. I know everybody want her. You want that, Puff? Come on, man. And you chasing them. Got them hiding and shit. You got all this money, man. You got them running from you. They even cheated on you. He's a simp. So that's all it exposed that, money don't make the man. You get what I'm saying? Think about this. I'm looking like, man, Puff, them the type of females you're dealing with. This thing, he had all them parties, all them people that was there of all kind of statures. And he chose, look who he picked. Y'all leave. All the important people, y'all leave. No, y'all stay. The rat ones, y'all stay. We got some for y'all. The bottles, just think about it. You got to spike bottles. You're dealing with bum bitches. Think about it. He thinking about this right now.
Bum bitches and bum niggas. Bum niggas. Don't forget the bum niggas.
Bro. And bum niggas. He made sure he didn't have nobody of high stature around him. Because you noticed all them big names disappeared. They didn't mention none of them names. They kept all low-class hood hoes up in that case, man. If it was anybody worth stature, I'm going to just say it. If it was anybody worth stature, and if there was white women, he wouldn't have beat none of them charges. And you and I both know that. If there was white...
Let me ask you this, sir, and I'm in no rush. I want to have this conversation. Objectively speaking, did the nigga deserve to get got?
Yeah, he deserved to get got. Come on, man. That's like your homeboy. You sitting up in high up on the hills, man, and you see what type of females in the house. Like, man, you got chicks in the house with red and blue hair. They got red hair, Star, blue hair. You can see the glue all in their hair. Like, come on, man. You got them here? No offense to the women who got red and blue hair. But I'm just saying, come on, man. When you go up, you go up. So he didn't go up. He stayed on. He was dealing with the same type.
Did the girl Dawn get any money? Guys, what group was Dawn in? Remember that the girl, when she was outside the courtroom, they were asking her something about Diddy's dick. No, they had no chill when it came to her, but when it came to Cassie's mother, they were watching their mouths. What was the group that Dawn was in? You know what I'm talking about?
It's on the tip of my tongue, man. I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
But the whole point of it, look at the groups.
Come on.
Look at the groups. Look at the kind of groups. He had Mary J. Blige around him. We know he smacked that. He had Mary J. Blige around him. He had, that's my whole thing. So I thought about all this, like, nah, I can't.
I think it was Dawn from Danity Kane. Yes, Dawn from Danity Kane.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
So just think about it. When you cut off all the rats, your life changed. When you was dealing with them, you had problems. They was plucking at him, Star.
Yeah.
He having freak offs with rats. He could have picked any type of woman, man. Come on, man. 40 balls, man. Come on, Star.
Well, listen, I'm glad you said it because, again, I don't want to steer the conversation. Yes, nothing ass bitches out there at the Hamptons and these other the pool parties. What are they called the white niggas running around in the white linen and some old goofy jiggy shit. Yeah. She lined him up. She lined him up. Go ahead.
They was hitting me from all angles. They was even arguing about, oh, you bought her that and didn't give me this. Think about it. They sitting up here arguing about who didn't gave what gave to them. Both of them on both sides. So just think about it. He getting pulled at from every end, and that's what he get. He thought he could just run through them. No, they want some money. Yeah. So that's what happened, man. He got caught up in that, and I know he's still sobered up, and he thinking like, "Damn, man, why was I fucking with the type of female?"
Sorry, he's sobered up, and he's probably wishing he now that he's sober, wish that he could start things over. But hey, I appreciate the call. Any information on Jay-Z's alleged son? I think he got some type of they're moving forward with the case. You have to speed or no?
Yeah, I'm up to speed. They moving on with the case. He gonna have to deal with it. This ain't Busby. Now, if he got something, it's gonna come out. I don't think he got nothing, but he got enough to get the case pushed.
Okay, we're gonna find out. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Appreciate your stuff.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now we're talking. Did the nigga deserve to get got? Like him or not? David D Cordova from Today's Religious Talk. I got your comment on the screen. Thank you, sir. Okay. Area code 929. Are you there?
Hello.
929. Yeah.
Hello?
You can't call us doing all that, man. Come on. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I wanted to talk about the difference between Diddy and Hugh Hefner.
Okay.
And in the 1960s, Hugh Hefner had a TV show on I can't remember what network it was on, but he used to have like Bill Cosby and all these celebrities at his house, and he used to have underage girls at these events, and the reason why he could do what he could do is because he is a Caucasian with power. They don't want to see a man of color abusing women of another ethnic background in the same manner, because it's a power trip. See, Puffy he just like knowing that I can pay these women of another race to get dogged out, and they'll let them do it for the money I'm paying them. Right. It's just a power thing. I'm a black man, and I want to hire another. He didn't do this to black women. He did this to a Latina and a half Asian Latina, and he just wanted. It's just like reverse slavery type, I guess, sexual abuse. I want to look at other ethnic women get blown out by black men, because I could do it, and they're willing, and they're participants, and urination in their mouth and defecation.
Lord have mercy.
That's what it was happening. It's a humiliation ritual. That's all. It's the ultimate.
Let me jump in. I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah. I'm not saying wrong, but many people have been saying, well, Hugh Hefner used to do it, right? I mean, calling into the show here on different platforms on social media, trying to shift the blame in a sense. I agree with what you just said, but within what you just said, shouldn't Diddy have been too old not to know better and to take certain precautions? That's my question.
I think that he didn't care. And remember, he never touched anybody. He didn't touch these women. They were touched by other men. He never touched anyone.
Who's that?
He was just
who?
When Puffy hired the male escorts to engage with sexual acts with Daphne Joy and Cassie. He watched the acts. He didn't interact with them. He didn't touch anyone. He just was watching them being abused. Well, I don't want to say abused. I think they were willing participants, because that guy named Punisher said Cassie called him when he was at Great Adventures, like, can you come through? And he said no. And she said to him, do you have someone else you can send? I think that Cassie loved the gangbangs. I think that Daphne Joy loved the gangbangs. I think that they loved the drugs and the multiple men and the gangbangs, because the
coke whores, sir. It's not alleged, but now, hang on a second. I hear you loud and clear. And even though he didn't participate. Part of the charges, not that I'm going to go back into the charges, was that he supposedly, allegedly organized these things and gave his approval, right? That's what he was charged with. But I agree with you. But now, again, my question is, shouldn't he have known better? See, Diddy's been eating high up off the hog for a lot of years, man. He went through the city college deaths and then other things, the killing of Tupac and Biggie. So at some point, man, you got to slow down. Yes, and shouldn't he have taken certain precautions? That's my question again.
Well, I met him 2 times. I first met him through Kim Porter, and then I met him again through Loon. This is, by the way, this is Aladdin from Desert Storm Records.
Oh, what's up, man?
Know.
Why didn't you say so? What's going on, Aladdin?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you know. So I met this clown cake twice. I first met him through Kim Porter.
Okay.
I first met him through Kim Porter.
Come on, my nigga. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, so you know. And he was a hothead when I met him. You know, like when I first met him, I was in a VIP. It was me, Fabulous, and 5 girls. And Kim Porter said, "Come over here." And I went up to her. She said, "You cute. What's your name?" I'm like, "Aladdin." Then she tapped.
Hold on a second, Aladdin. How do I spell your name? I'm gonna put your name here so I don't forget. How to spell Aladdin?
It's Aladdin.
Okay, continue on. Go ahead, sir. You were saying.
So yeah, we was in VIP, and she said, "Come here," and she was like, "You cute. What's your name?" I'm like, "Aladdin." And I sat between her and Puff, and I thought that was weird. I'm like, he not gonna get mad? Like, you bringing another dude to your section and put him between this mogul? Like, and then she tapped him and she said, "Puff, meet Aladdin." And that's the first time I ever met him. You know what I'm saying? But he was acting kind of jarred. This is like in 1999. You know what I'm saying? It's me and Fabulous was in the club together. But yeah. So you know.
Hang on a second, Aladdin, because you and I have spoken before. Now it's Saturday night. You know, we can go. Yeah. We can go there. She's gone now, R.I.P. But did Kim Porter try and put a little coke in your nose and grab your dick? Come on, man, keep it G.
I'm gonna keep it real. Now, after all these allegations, I think she called me over because maybe they were trying to get me involved in a bad situation. You know, but back in 1999, we didn't.
ran with Desert Storm, and what label did you work at again?
Desert Storm Records, Elektra, Desert Storm Records, Sony Records.
Right.
You know what
did
I mean?
Kim Porter? Did Kim Porter try and put a little coke in your nose? That's the question.
But I'm not gonna lie. No, she didn't. But I'm not gonna lie. I would have smashed her. She was a baddie.
Yeah, she's a hottie. Yeah.
She's a very beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. Like stunning attractiveness. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But going back to what I was saying, enough about that. But going back to what I was saying, yeah, it's just a power trip. I'm rich, and I want to abuse other ethnic female groups because I'm rich. And I want to do what y'all did to us. I want to do it back to y'all. It's a power thing. I'm a black man. I'm dark skinned. I'm rich, and I'm gonna hire a bunch of men to power drive you women to oblivion and put you on drugs, and you're a willing participant. And I'm urinating in your mouth. I'm defecating in your mouth.
Easy, Aladdin. Easy.
I'm sorry. And I'm doing all types of drugs. And Cassie loved it. Cassie's not innocent. She is a super freak.
Yes,
and the thing I don't understand is,
we know.
Why would you marry abroad after what she's been doing? Like, I don't understand how her husband is looking at her after this case. Like, you married that idiot?
Yes, he did.
Like, your wife you got her pregnant 3 times? You got to be the dumbest guy in the world to marry a super.
I think he's actually a smart pimp. I think he's a smart pimp. And hang on. I think he put, or maybe they together they came up with the whole lawsuit and $30 million later. Yeah, that's what I think. But go ahead.
I agree. You know, I really hope he does. I hope he divorces her and take half.
Okay.
And go get some clean girl, because Cassie is damaged goods, man. Well, and the thing with Daphne Joy, Puff just did that just to piss 50 off. Like, I'm just destroying your baby mother. Like, I'm destroying your son's mom.
Yeah.
Just to humiliate you. I can't physically hurt you. You try to play me, you know, on that other show talking bad about me, taking you shopping. Well, I'm going to slut out your baby mother.
Okay. Hey, man, good to talk to you. Aladdin, good to talk to you, man. Stay in touch.
All right, you take
Yes,
care.
sir. Okay. David D Cordova. Yes, Dick Gregory did stand-up comedy at the Playboy Club. I think I saw an interview with him saying he made $50 a night, and the first time he was supposed to perform, he was late running through the snow blizzard or something like that. Thank you, Dave. David, do you want to call in, promote your platform? Today's Religious Talk. You always have the opportunity, so I appreciate you. And Deeds just sent me a video here. What do we got, Deeds? Over 9,000 public workers on strike. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Hold on, here's somebody I want to talk to. Saturday night, Kat. I'm with the bullshit. Let's go, Kat. Good to hear from you.
Hey, sir.
Hey, what's going on, girl?
So I know it may be uncomfortable for masculine men like yourself to understand it's not just that Diddy was dark skinned, it's also about the Tootsie Roll. Please understand that.
Explain. Explain.
He's small.
Oh, okay.
So he had something to prove. Okay. That's why he was that's why he was abusing these exotic women, and he stated he would never get married. Okay. He was cocky, but I'm saying like he was abusing women because he was insecure about his manhoodness.
Okay.
I mean, it came out in the trial that he had a Tootsie Roll. Like, why does everybody keep ignoring it?
Well, I didn't pay attention to that degree. So he was not well endowed, is what you're saying. He had a little Vienna sausage.
He is not right. It's very small, and I've known that for years because I called you. I know you don't remember because you don't remember what you had for breakfast yesterday.
That's a fact.
I called you a while ago, and I told you I grew up with one of his children's mothers.
Okay. Well, come on and get the snitching, goddamn! It's Saturday night. Let's go.
There's no snitching.
Stop bullshit. Let's go.
I grew up. I told you this a long time ago, but you don't remember. It's fine. And he was abusive back then, and she had told us that it was small. We knew that when we were like 18, and he was like 24, 23.
According to Sergeant King in my live chat, he says Meek Mill said that's false.
It's not false. It's absolutely true.
Okay.
It's true.
All right. So hold on a second. So where are we going, Kat? He had a small.
So where I'm going and where I want to veer off real quick, when people keep mentioning Jay-Z, everybody knows that Jay-Z don't have a Tootsie Roll based on the fact that Beyonce says it in her song. Also, Nas's baby mother says it in her song.
Right.
And Jay-Z makes, not her song, her book, Jay-Z makes it clear, just because you got good hair, I'm supposed to break bread so you could be living it up. So he got Beyonce because she's beautiful, but also she's a hard worker. She get her own paper. He wants somebody on his level, like the guy just said, Aladdin. He not trying to get somebody who's below his level that he got to degrade. He wants somebody to uplift.
Kat, can I jump in? I appreciate you and I enjoy talking to you, but you lost me about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce. That's a fact, yes?
So what? Men cheat. What does that got to do with anything? He cheated and what?
No, Kat. All men don't cheat. Don't try and push that. Don't try and push that false narrative. No. All males are not. All males are not men, and I'm asking you. That's confirmed. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. You're saying she's beautiful. It ain't got shit to do with how you look. If your mouth is out of control, I'm slinging this dick elsewhere. It can be that simple sometimes. So I don't understand the Beyonce, Jay-Z thing. Can we get back to Diddy, please? And the difference between Hugh Hefner parties and Diddy's freak
well, we
offs.
can connect. Well, the reason why is because Jay-Z is not out here degrading females. That's why I mentioned it.
Okay.
But go ahead. Where do you want to go back to?
Well, are you driving? Are you okay? Where are you at? You on the highway as always?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm out here at in Harlem. I'm chilling.
Okay. So I'm asking, is there a difference between the Playboy Mansion parties and what Diddy has been doing, the freak offs? Many people are saying, yo, he shouldn't be getting time arrested, yada, yada, yada. Kat, please.
Yes. So as far as Hugh Hefner, like the people were saying, he was picking up ladies off of the stroll and offering them better opportunities in life, and they were able to propel that into something else. Whereas several of his bunnies was able to, become successful off of his endorsements and them being on in his magazine and situation. Well, first of all, you can't like we all know you black, you can't compare yourself to a white man. But at the same time, Diddy wasn't doing that. He wasn't trying to propel nobody. He was trying to degrade. He was humiliate. Like Aladdin just said, he wanted to humiliate.
Okay.
He found, and I'm not sure why you seem to not like Young Miami, but he respected her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Young Miami, she had her own thing going. Okay. He couldn't bring her down because she already had something going. Mm-hmm. She was something to bring him up because now he's an old dude.
Okay.
Can
I respond?
He could get.
Can I respond to what you said? Okay. I don't want to make it personal. I don't know her, but she does have a type. We all have a type. I don't give a goddamn what she got going on. I have seen her on social media say, all I do is shop and get my ass licked. So yes, hang on, let me speak. I let you speak. So yes, I took issue with a guy of his caliber and or pedigree running around with a smut at that stage in his life. He was slipping. Now, regardless of whether he had a small tool or not, that's his business. I wouldn't know about having a small tool. I got a big old dick, if you want to get personal. And I'm stingy with the dick. But as far as him, excuse me, I'm speaking. We're not yelling. We're not arguing. We ain't doing that. I let you speak. No, I'm speaking.
I'm messing with you.
No, I'm giving you some straightening, but just hang on a second. But here's the thing with regards to Young Miami and Diddy. Yes, that's clearly where he got the slipping, and that's why Cassie jumped in and the nigga got. But go ahead and finish.
Okay, but again, you mentioned caliber. Instead, he has no caliber because he doesn't think well of himself to that level. Okay. There is no caliber. Okay. Like, that's why he's in the predicament he's in now.
Okay.
Billion dollar man in this predicament because he had no caliber.
Okay.
I don't think that Young Miami was a bad look for him at all. She's a pretty girl. The thing was that triggered them chicks was that she was a black girl and they was Filipino and Filipino mix.
Okay.
So they was like, wait, why this black girl getting paid, getting props off of him, and he ain't cut me off. He didn't give me a severance package. He should have gave Cassie a severance package to shut her up, and he didn't give her a severance package.
I've already said that.
Like, what you think?
I've already said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that he didn't give. You got to give these chicks a severance. You got to give everybody deserve a severance package. What you think people is out here doing this stuff for free?
Wait a minute, Cat, you said
I'm not giving up no cat for free. My name is Cat, but I'm not being funny. I'm not giving up no cat for free. I can't even sell my cat no more because I'm old. But I ain't giving it up for free.
Cat, you're not old. You're
if I can't sell it,
you're not old. You have seasoned coochie.
Nobody's screwing.
You're seasoned. Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you, Cat. I got to get back to other calls. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cat.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Okay. I enjoy talking to Cat. Ahmad, thank you for tapping in, sir. I appreciate your support. He says salute to you as well, sir, Ahmad. Hey, has anybody seen the film F1 with Brad Pitt? Dana and I talk all the time. We were talking about this film. Brad Pitt is one of my top 20 favorite actors of all time. And I like auto racing. I used to go to Pocono Raceway all the time. I've been to the Daytona 500. And I like films about auto racing. I remember I'm going to go too far back, but I saw the film Le Mans in theaters with Steve McQueen. When I was a little kid, my mother took me and my older brother. Le Mans, 1971 or 72, I forget. Anyway, anybody see the film F1? I would love to hear somebody call in and give me your opinion. I don't know whether I hate it or whether I need to go back and watch it again. I don't know. Didn't I speak to this person already? Hey, didn't we speak 215? Your number looks familiar.
Hey, you already. It's Sarah.
Oh, hey, Sarah.
I was just listening. I'm sorry. She said that Diddy. I'm sorry. Okay. Diddy respected Young Miami. That I had to listen in closer. I just had to get. This woman said that Diddy respected her, and it came out in court that he told one of the women that he was using her. It was just business. Ooh. All of the, buying her stuff and flying her out and being seen. It was all for the gram. It was business. It was a look. Yeah. Because black chicks would eat that up. Didn't she just eat it up? He respected her. Right. So. It was business for Diddy, my God. But I was just listening. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No. Stay with me. I mean, I let Kat land her plane, and I want other people's opinions. I'm trying not to make it so personal against Young Miami, but yeah, that was a bad look for me. A bad look for him.
That wasn't.
For my opinion.
Not. She's a glamorized hood rat. Mm-hmm. That's her market. Yeah. And he wanted to tap into that, the younger ratchet generation for some reason, he wanted to tap into that, but she is so classless and uncouth. And it just was unsettling to see that. Yeah. But he's a businessman, so he thought, but it wasn't a good look at all.
Thank you for calling back, Sarah. No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, sweetie. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right. So it came out in court that Diddy was using Young Miami. Hey, Maria Daily TV. Thank you for your comment. Let me see if I can get that on the screen. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have one on the screen. Is it Trey Vision 88? Cat can't sell before. Oh my God. Okay, taking a shot at Cat. Where is some of these comments move too fast? Hold on, guys. I'm coming to the phones as well. She just said both parties were different. Might you want to call in? I got more videos to play. I can't find it. It was Maria Daily TV. Screen's moving too fast, but thank you for your comment, young lady. Hey there. Late night, area code 443. Is that Dale City tapping in? Dale City.
Hey, what up, Star?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you, sir?
I'm all right. Just calling in just to kind of talk about what's the difference between, the whole Diddy shenanigans or situationship and versus
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. Let me say
The
this.
difference
Let me say this early. You know, I didn't study Hugh Hefner, so I'm not in any way, shape, or form defending him. But I truly believe that they had a whole lot of weird Caucasian shit going on, bestiality, minors, but I have no proof. But they're, you know, the clientele that he had, you know, overlooked a lot of that stuff and suppressed it for that period of time. And he must have been a smart man, because his widow is now she's down bad. So there was a difference in some way, shape, or form. But good, you were saying?
No, he just had the complexion for the protection. I mean, the king rock Elvis was married to like a 14-year-old. I mean, but it's blasphemy if anybody.
I think Priscilla was 15 or 16 when Elvis married her. But go ahead.
Well, hey, that makes a big difference.
Tomato.
Let's ride out there and kick that tombstone over,
right.
and rewrite history.
Okay,
let's rewrite history. Yeah. But look, everybody knows what it is. You know, I mean, I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole of conspiracy theory.
Well, no. Sir, listen, it's Saturday night. I'm about to go in the kitchen and get myself a drink, man. So let's go. Let's do a conspiracy. Let's go there. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, everybody knows this has to do with the spirits. Is that Puffy, he rubbed those people the wrong way when trying to sue them for not planting his agave down there in Mexico. And when he tried to sue, they said, oh, you think that you on our level. Let me show you that who you are and what I can do to you. And, you know, that's why, you know, his mentor, Clyde Davis, is still, you know, rocking out, because he knows his place, and at the same time, he still got the complexion for the protection. So that being said, everybody, you see what it is. They'll tell you what it ain't, or try to tell you what it is, but you got two eyes. You see what it is. So,
was Andre Harrell a sacrifice? Since we're going there, sir, was Andre Harrell a sacrifice? You talking about the people down in Mexico? What is this? The Ciroc people, something like that?
Possibly. But listen, this has been going on since the beginning of time. I mean, since rock and roll, since music. You got the B2K boys who then came out and said things. Listen, it's nothing new. The thing is, look, now I don't want to jump over there, but they got the fact. It's so many. Listen, man, I'm gonna land my plane right here, start by just saying, look, man, it's nothing new under the sun. They all been messing around with the underage, and they've been running around and having orgies and indulging in all types of Sodom and Gomorrah, whatever. It's Rome all over again. So if it happened in Rome, it's happening again.
Can I ask you a question?
So that's what it is.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you watch the R. Kelly tape?
The video?
Yes.
The one from back in the day?
Yes.
Or you talking about? Yeah, I saw it. I saw it when I was like a teenager.
And you were of age when you watched it?
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was a teenager. Back then?
You were of age. Well, even
no, I was not.
Okay, well, either way, you watched child pornography. You said you watched.
Yes, unwillingly. Yeah. I didn't know, though. Come on.
I did not watch it, so hold on. I let you speak. We're going here. You said you want to do a conspiracy. I didn't watch. Until this day, people can't believe I didn't watch it. When I heard it was a minor, I said, I don't want to see that shit. A minor?
Yeah, but I was...
Fuck out of here. But you watched...
Yeah, but I was...
Hold on, sir. Please, let me speak. I'll let you speak. You watch child pornography. The R. Kelly tape.
Yep.
Yeah. What is
when
that?
I was a minor.
Sir, you watched it. You watched it. We just said tomato about Priscilla Presley, whether she was 14, 15, right? So he said tomato.
Hey, it's not what you watch. It's what you watch.
Got him.
Proceeded and what it made you feel.
But
hey,
you
hey,
watched
Star.
it, sir. I'm just come on, man. I'm just
Yeah,
you watched it. Okay.
you're right. You know what you need to worry about. What you should focus on is the people who watched it and watched it again. Who watched it 2 times. But all right, thanks, Star, man. It was good, man.
Yes, sir.
Chat with you.
Salute,
I'll holler at you. Be easy.
All right, be easy, man. Area code 647. Tapping in late night. Are you there? 647.
Hey, Star, how's it going?
Dave.
Yeah, it's David D Cordova.
D Cordova.
Hey, Star, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Yes, sir.
It's cracking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just wanted to weigh in on the conversation about Diddy, if I can.
Come on.
Yeah, I think one of the major problems with him is, and a lot of other black male entertainers, is immaturity. I think it all boils down. It's very simple. I think it boils down to immaturity and not wanting to grow up. And that's one of the reasons why he clung to Young Miami, because she made him feel young.
Right.
And I think Diddy just wanted to feel young again. He was an older man, and she made him feel happy. But this is the issue, and it's an embarrassment because I was gonna say, like, when you look at a lot of these black male entertainers, they have a complex. Like, you look at Rakim, and he still dresses like it's the early 90s, right?
Oh, wow.
You look at LL Cool J, and he's butthurt that he's not mentioned in anyone's top 5. So he's just going to keep releasing albums because he's got a chip on his shoulder. It's like he's got a grudge. You look at Will Smith, and he's embarrassing himself at this point. He's making a public spectacle of himself. You look at Ice Cube, and he's still telling people he's a gangster. So what's going on? Like, black male entertainers that refuse to grow up and are suffering from some complex. They don't want to let go. They're just so immature, and it's an embarrassment, right? And as far as him being with Young Miami, he's got to understand, yes, I know you feel selfish that, I want to feel good, but he can't promote. See, the black female demographic is a very vulnerable group. Black women have been made to feel insecure, been made to feel unattractive. So when you promote this prostitution rap and you're pushing city girls, this is going to have an effect on the females. So, it's terrible what these guys do. They need to grow up. They need to let loose of the immaturity and be adults now. That's why Jay-Z, he's sophisticated. He sophisticated the culture,
Don't forget Nas. Nas has elevated his audience with him, and that's why the music that he puts out, it doesn't necessarily resonate with the younger demo because it's not made for them. And that's what I respect about his efforts now.
Yeah. I love Nas, and then when you think of like Jim Jones trying to use him for clout to boost his own career, but look at how he carries himself. Look at how he conducts himself as well. So there's another one. So there's so many examples of all these entertainers that just won't grow up. And I think another mistake that Diddy makes, and not just Diddy, but a lot of black males, they believe that they're equal to their white male counterparts and that they can do what they do and get away with it. It doesn't work like that, whether it's the entertainment industry or the corporate world. Okay. So Diddy can't operate as they do. So, and that's the problem, because they see that as the example and they try to emulate that. I'm the king of celebration, these grandiose, extravagant, lavish parties, wasting all that money just to appease the elites and his handlers. And in the end, what happens to him? He gets clowned at the BET Awards. They clowned that man. They clowned him at the BET Awards. Look at that. They made fun of him. He was the butt of the joke.
I didn't see that.
So
was that the recent BET Awards? I don't watch BET.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Hart, he had a field day with him. They talked about the oil and everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a disgrace, because at the end of the day, your own people don't even support you after all you've done, because he has done some good. I would never diminish his legacy or try to minimize him, because did elevate the culture. He introduced the term Black excellence, but then you got to uphold it. Then, if you're he's the one. He's partially responsible for us having a Black president with the vote or die campaign.
I wouldn't give him that much credit, but I hear you.
But yeah. So I just wish that they would grow up, and just raise the standards, because the world is watching. The world stage is watching us, and we just look so foolish, So, and I just feel like whatever happens, honestly, if he makes it out, I think he's just going to go back to the same behavior. I can see music videos. He'll try to just get back into the groove, and
I hope not.
And whatever.
I hope not. This is such an eye-opening reality. I hope he doesn't go back. Whenever he gets out. If he gets out on your channel, Today's Religious Talk on YouTube. For those who don't know, this is David D Cordova. On your channel, any theories about if he will make it out of the penitentiary, or will they, do him dirty like Epstein?
Well, I could see him serving. I wouldn't wish a jail sentence on anyone, but at the same time, it's a witch hunt, right? This is what they want. They want to sit him down, to teach him a lesson and to prove something to the general public, because people got to pay attention, man. This is cycles and patterns. Don't people realize every so often there's a murder of a younger Black person? Don't you realize ever so often a major celebrity scandal breaks out? Don't people realize ever so often they keep showing you the same thing over and over and over? It's patterns. And when we're in grade school, the first thing they teach us is patterns: red, red, blue, red, red, blue. And y'all can't predict the patterns. You can't see don't you realize ever so often they subtract one of the members out of the community? Like, they'll take away a Nipsey Hussle, they'll take away a Kobe Bryant, and then they'll shame and embarrass a prominent figure. And then you'll see a young teenage boy get murdered, or a Black female get murdered. Year after year, it's the same thing, and nobody's smart enough. It's really sad that nobody can really wake up and say, "Hey, this is someone's working something on us here," So.
Now, hold on a second, David. For those who don't know, part of your focus, specialty, if you will, is symbolism, yes, and patterns and things of that nature.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. So I'm trying to stimulate consciousness and wake people up so that they can understand what's being shown to them. A lot of the symbolism, whether it's in media, in music, the songs, the entertainment, so that they can see how they play on their consciousness. This is all sophisticated sorcery. Not to sound too spooky.
I like that. And guys, showrunner right now, that's David D Cordova's YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ Today's Religious Talk. Let's go back to the word sorcery. And you've done some content on sorcery on your platform. Might this have been some sorcery already set in place? Now, I don't subscribe to mysticism, but I want to entertain what you're saying and respect your system of belief. Might this have been some sorcery with regards to his reality now, Sean Combs? I mean, it was a lot in the making, so to speak, and it finally just hit ahead. Yes, no?
In a way, because I'll say, see, the thing is, Diddy's not the devil, because a house divided against itself cannot stand. So the devil's never going to attack his own. So the mere fact that he's in this predicament, it means that he made a deal with the devil. And now he's suffering the repercussions, and we're all watching it on the world stage. We're watching him suffer as a result, because he promotes a degenerative culture of filth that's destroying the masses. And you take away the M, you have the asses. And that's exactly what we are, because we choose to consume this nonsense, and it's having an effect on us because these guys are used as agents for the elites. They're nothing but puppets. And what people fail to realize is that the people in control, they study the occult. They know the occult. They know witchcraft. They study ancient books. And they get these idiots and they give them their names. Oh, I got my name from the guy down the block. He named me. No, he didn't. That's a lie. You know where you got your name from. You got your name when you penned your record deal, and they said your name is going to be this. And you're going to go out to the world and tell the world this, that you're Dark Man X, and hell is hot. Right? Yeah, hell is hot.
David D Cordova cooking. Go ahead, David. Come on.
I appreciate you, Star. You know, they have us like fools, you know. You know, Judas's kiss, the kiss of death. Aha! Yeah, that's funny, right? So they have us all stupid, like we're ignorant. And you know, it's so sad that so many people read the Bible and they're such Christians and they can't even connect the dots. That's the problem. You can be knowledgeable and stupid at the same time. How's it possible these people know so much and they can't even see what's playing out in front of their very own eyes? It's so sad. So someone has to connect the dots for them to see. The culture's been co-opted. There is no culture anyway, right? So why do we care so much about celebrities and entertainers? You know, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Really, a dog man. He's the one why we call women by the B word. He's the one that ushered in that culture, because if he's a dog, then what's the female? What's a female dog? A female dog is a... So whose idea was it to make an idol out of a subhuman? You're a dog. Yo, what's up, dog? Hey, there's my dog. Well, if he's my dog, then what is she? She's my, she's my bitch.
You can say it. You can say it.
Okay. Yeah, she's my bitch. So I feel liberated. I finally got to curse on the Star Report. Damn, I've been holding it for so long. You know, I can't say the N-word, but the only reason I don't say the N-word is just because I don't sound cool saying it. Okay. If I did, I'd use it all the time. But
Wow.
So.
Wow. Well, hang on. Don't go anywhere. So,
sure.
The difference, if any, if we can just pull it back to Hugh Hefner's Playboy parties,
sure.
Sean Combs, freak offs. Can you just speak to that before you go? And I want to make sure that people know where to find you on YouTube. Today's religious talk. Go ahead. There's no rush. Yeah. Take your time.
Okay. I appreciate. So there's something called orgiastical rituals, and that's basically group sex, and it's to achieve an ecstatic release. It's doing something in the physical that what the church does in the spiritual. When you're in church and everyone's raising their hands, screaming in ecstasy, that's the spiritual version of an orgy, believe it or not. I know it sounds sick, but when people in church saying, oh God, oh yes, and we're all raising our hands, that's the body of Christ uniting as one spiritually. But when we unite our bodies physically and we lock through sex, that's an orgy, and that's to exchange demons. That's to exchange demonic spirits through group sex. That's why you can't have threesomes, because you're transferring demon spirits to each party. So Hugh Hefner, studying the occult, he knows about Ishtar, bunny rabbits. How stupid are people? That's Ishtar. That's an orgiastical ritual. That's fecunda. That's bunny rabbits. That's fertility. So that whole thing is Easter. That's the Easter celebration, and that's just sex, because the demonic way is to do things physically to counteract the spirit, because spiritually we're all one. So what the witches and sorceries do, they try to achieve it through sex and have an orgy so that we unite bodily instead of spiritually. It's a little bit hard to explain. But yeah, so that's what that is. It's a symbolic representation of an orgiastical ritual. And he put everyone's daughter butt naked on a magazine because I think he had hatred towards women, to be honest. He might have been a misogynist. Yeah, and then he covered up so nicely, and that becomes the standard.
Stop right there. Stop right there. You may be onto something, because if memory serves me correctly, I think it was his first wife, Hugh Hefner, we're talking about, cheated on him when they were engaged.
Facts. See, scorned man. He's a scorned like a mother. So, and that's why he made it his point of duty to mar and whore all the women and make them like it and celebrate the fact that, oh, I got to pose for Playboy, or that's their lifetime goal and achievement, to be naked for the world to see, which is your shame. But this is how they do. They spin it in a way, and then the bunny rabbit, one eye symbolism, bird eye symbolism, the rabbit's eye. I don't want to get too deep, but the rabbit's eye, one eye symbolism, because I don't want to say what the other thing, but I kind of want to get in trouble. But yeah, because he's enlightened. Because once you get enlightened, you get the money, and that's why they're rich. That's why all these corporations are billion-dollar, trillion-dollar corporations, because they're enlightened. Because the prerequisite to money, because substance is the evidence of wisdom. So you can't get substance money unless you're wise. So the enlightenment has to come first. So he's telling you he's enlightened by showing you the one eye of the bunny rabbit, because I'm going to get money through the sex, through Ishtar. So it's deep, man. It's deep. You know, I try my best on my channel. I know it's a lot of information, but you know, and you have to be very precise and
you did great, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, because it's hard. It's really hard. Not everyone has the gift that you guys possess. This is why I watch people like you who can just reel it off and be fluid in communication.
Thank you, man.
Because it's difficult. Yeah, no, because we have to have mentors, because it's difficult when you have a lot going on in your head, and to articulate it in a concise way that other people are going to understand, and that it will resonate with them. So, you know, I appreciate just your patience and allowing me to, you know, get these thoughts out. But
all right,
yeah, that's all.
Great to talk
I gotta
to
say
you, David.
tonight.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure. Star Report. Thank you. Bye bye.
David D Cordova. Had to let him cook. Guys, sit tight. We're going to continue the show. I'm going to take a few more calls before I take my break. Sipping Perrier. Oh, Maria Daily TV. Now she's taking shots at me after all of the kind words I said about her. Now you're concerned about me, if I'm well endowed or not. Well, I tell you what, Maria Daily TV, I am in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. You fly yourself out. I would never fly nobody out. And you sign a letter of indemnification, releasing me from any harm or whatever. I'll let you see it. I'll let you hold it. Well, you just can't be nice to black women, huh? It doesn't pay. Wow. Okay, hold on a second, guys. There's my email address on the screen for those who want to send in videos and other things. Guys, sit tight in the queue. Is that Rob Lowe? Who's that in the queue there? Hold on a second. Area code 973. You'll be up next. Sit tight, please. Blade, I got your donation. What's it? Something about Drake? Yeah. I didn't watch that, man. He's pulling up on niggas at the red light with the fake yard accent. Okay, and that's Drizzy, man. Yeah. I saw the thumbnail, but I did not click the video. Well, that's Drake, doesn't he? What is that he used to say? Oh, watch how you speak on my name. What did Drake used to say? He's talking something a couple of years back. Yeah, he does the yard accent from time to time. Are you player hating, Blade? What is this here? Okay, that's something that has nothing to do with anything. Oh, guys, turn that nice. Okay. Indeed's just sent me something here. Okay, this is with regards to the 9,000 public workers in Philly. Oh my God, I'm gonna get to that in a second here. Let me bring in this caller. He's been patiently waiting. Hey there, area code 973. Are you there? Good morning. Late night edition. Yes, no, maybe. 973. Okay, we gotta go.
Big niggas.
Yes,
big
sir.
nigga star. Big nigga star. I'm here. Big nigga star.
How are you, sir? It's cracking.
I'm doing well. What's cracking, man? I call every once in a while. I talk to you maybe twice.
Okay.
The past, we're gonna talk about right now.
Yes, sir.
I could get to some of the topics, or I could, kind of push back on the brother Cordova, David Cordova.
No, sir. I don't like for people to call in and take shots at other callers. I like for people to speak freely and land their plane. That's what makes this show really move fast, sir. I don't promote any beef, tension, or drama. We're talking about Hugh Hefner Playboy parties versus Diddy's freak-offs. Any difference?
Absolutely, it's a difference. I feel that Hugh Hefner and those guys, those guys are the predecessors of Diddy. Diddy is in a line. Is in alignment, and he's like the baby. He's like the grandchild of what those guys set forth. Those guys, they started all of that stuff, that Roman antics type stuff, and they had the money. They pulled in all of the gentlemen who became on the level to even get a peek into the doors that were open to them. As far as like you stated before, it was what's my man with the pudding pops? He
Bill
was
Cosby. Bill Cosby.
Yes, Bill Cosby. Excuse me. I'm young. I'm an '83 baby.
That's okay. Come on, man.
But yeah. So but I witnessed this. Because my uncles and my parents, they kind of told me, that Bill Cosby was a good guy. And even I'm not saying that none of these guys are scumbags or not scumbags because they black. Yeah, they scumbags. But I think that they thought that it was okay and that they would be accepted as the white man, like Hugh Hefner and all of those guys, because they was accepted amongst them. They thought that they would be accepted. They thought that they wasn't black no more. Long story short, I'm gonna just go in like that. They thought that they wasn't black no more because they got that bread and they got that bag, and that's where I'm going with it. In the next topic?
No, I'm letting you speak because someone else needs to say it. I have said that, in different ways, but for those who don't know, Hugh Hefner's parties, according to a few different sources here, he personally curated the guest list, ensuring a mix of celebrities, socialites, and even some of his close friends. Do you think that the Diddy parties, in terms of the audience or the target demo, if you will, do you think that they were more so lower tier and people who were not accustomed to money and good living?
Do you when you say that, are you referring to like the participants such as like Cassie and
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's human nature. Like, when people get power, they say absolute power. I'm not sure where I heard this before, but they say absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about low-level rap audience genres, if you will. Diddy, and I'm going to say this again, was too old not to know better. All of the trail of death that has surrounded him. Shootings. That girl, I forget her name, got shot in the face in Club New York in 1999. That should have been the point where he just said, hey, I got to change my life. But it continued on after that. Guys, what was the other female's name who got shot in the face? I forget. I'm so sorry. And,
I remember exactly who you're talking about. I'm sorry to cut you off.
And hold on a second. And she had a salon. She wasn't just some groupie chick hanging around. Got shot in the face. Also, other people who became his entourage, shooting down in Atlanta. I think the bodyguard Wolf got shot. So death and destruction. And I'm trying to get to his audience, his core, target demo. Do you think that had something to do with his ultimate demise? These people who came to his freak-offs, just low-level niggers. There you go, niggers, just niggers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, then it needs to be people that you have trust with. And I do think that he was on some. Excuse my French. He was on some nigga shit, like So again, and it goes back to I think that the people on top, the people who are like ultra billionaires, I think most of your callers and audience do recognize that there are people that control a lot. I don't know what they control because I'm not on that level, but we feeling that. We feel the weight of that leaning on us as just regular people in the world, But so yes, I do agree that those regular niggas, like, of course, you get some bum chicks up around you, they going act like bums, But it's his fault.
Thank you, Deeds. Natanya Rubin shot in the face at Club New York, and the reason why I mentioned her is because, again, if memory serves me correctly, she wasn't somebody just hanging around. So it wasn't just the people that he was signing to these deals who were, who were willing to tolerate his bullshit. Innocent people were getting shot and hurt in the progress of his rise. That's what I was trying to say. Go ahead. Thank you, Deeds.
Okay, I want to land my plane, if I may, like this. I just want to say that, like, those people that I was referring to, like, if they put somebody in position, like, let's just say that Star was malleable enough to be put in position, they're only going to put big nigga Star in position if he's malleable enough to control or to bring down and cut down if he should get big enough to talk crazy. And I think that's what happened.
Okay. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Terrence Hill TV said, "Hey, Star, do you think that Diddy will face state trial?" I have no idea. Let me put this on the screen. I was wrong. I don't want to start guessing. We're doing this show tonight because so many people seem to think that Diddy should have gotten out on bail, or that he was going to beat all the charges. Oh, he coming home. Y'all stupid. Y'all don't know. Okay, well, I was wrong. Thank you for your donation, Terrence Hill. I have no idea if he will face state charges. How much do you think he will lose in civil? I have no idea. Thank you for your donation. He's a very smart guy, though. We'll say that. He and I have had conversations about. Well, actually, let me not say what he and I spoke about. Just money, making money. See, it's not about just saving money, but your money has to make money as you get older. You're a smart man. So, in terms of losing in civil judgments, I don't know. There's insurance for stuff like that, Not trying to give him a pass, but when you're a person of notoriety, you have to make sure that if you do get into a legal situation, there are certain things that are protected, okay? I've said this before, for anybody who cares. If you are an artist or a producer, or anybody in the camera eye, as we used to call it, I don't know how you can't protect yourself from all of this, a paternity test and all of these baby mamas. Decades ago, I've said this before, David Lee Roth, lead singer for Van Halen, he was insured with Lloyd's of London. And when they used to go on tour, the group Van Halen, for those who know your rock and roll, David Lee Roth would inform the females that he was going to have sex with that there is an insurance policy and or clause. And if you get pregnant, you can only get, I think it was $10,000. He used to inform them up front. Do the rappers do that now? Probably not. Yeah, I'm going to sling this raw dick. And if you willingly accept the raw dick and you happen to get pregnant, please know that you are to contact Lloyd's of London. Let me see if they're still around. Hold on a second, guys. I think that was the name of the Lloyd's. I never forgot that. Yeah, Lloyd's of London. What is it? Generally known simply as Lloyd's, is an insurance and reassurance market located in London, England. Yeah. If you take this raw dick and you pop up, in a year or two with child, you cannot sue me for child support payments. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Area code 202. Late night. We're talking about a few topics. Are you there? Are you ready? 202.
I'm ready, champ. What's up, Star? It's Myron, man.
Hey, man. How are you, sir? Where do you want to start?
I'm great. I want to start with these. Everybody thinking that Hugh Hefner had some high class broads running with. No, he had trailer trash too, my nigga. Let's cut the bullshit.
Let's go.
Do I have to watch my language?
Well, did you donate? I don't want broke people, just curse and talk crazy. Did you donate?
I'm always donating, Star, and I will donate after this, bro. Okay. You know I'm on the list. Okay. So, but no, these bro, I'm tired of hearing. I've been hearing a lot of people the last couple of hours with low self-esteem. Hugh Hefner dealt with trailer trash too.
Yes.
How else you think he's gonna get 12 wives? See, we got a lot of people here who's not used to having their way with women. So when they see men that do have their way with women, it's a bit envious, and they tend to go with what the guy must be doing something wrong and irrational with everything because they're not the ones who's being desired.
Right.
No, nigga. Hugh Hefner, okay, and the fact that what he did was way more extreme with Diddy because he invited people. If he got like 15 to 20 Playboy bunnies in his house,
right,
and he may be married to 10 of them, but you think he's not letting those 10 or 15, 20 do what they want with the people he's invited to these houses? I mean, these people are really, really naive out here. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Now, that is something that's more indicative of promoting prostitution. And on the other hand, Diddy's with himself. With what we've heard from the court, himself, a woman, and another man. He ain't bringing in 10, 20 guys and all this stuff like was purported and what we've been led to believe. All we heard was him, Cassie, Jane Doe, or another dude, or whatever. So what Hugh Hefner was doing was way more on the extreme level, and he got to get away with it because of the double standard, okay? And because he was supplying many a party of those up top with money, with the bras that would do whatever the hell they wanted. They wanted them to do. Let's be honest about it. This cast is like really, really like naive and stupid out here. So I mean, Hugh Hefner's on a way of a different level than Diddy. Diddy was doing himself with his own personal satisfaction because he probably dealt with PIED. That's porn-induced erectile dysfunction. So he needed to go with more of the extreme stuff to even get off because he done had all this. I mean, he's been having this joint probably since the 90s. So the more you have it, then you get numb to particular things, and you got to go to the more extreme stuff like live porn. Instead of watching the porn on TV, he became a voyeur and had the shit live right in front of him to get off. And that's really what happened. What you think?
Okay, let me jump in. Everything you've just said has already been said here. People are already in the loop. But the question is, what did Diddy do wrong? I've already said, in my opinion, Hugh Hefner and his team, camp, entourage, whatever you want to call them, were involved in child pornography, exploitation, bestiality, and as you said, trailer trash. Yes, but what did Diddy do wrong? What did he do wrong?
Okay.
Or how did he get caught? I'll simplify it for you. How did he get caught?
Truth be told, when they saw the people, when the FBI and all that, the government, whatever, invaded his home and took whatever they took, we might not know why he did what he did wrong.
Well, hang on, sir. Hang on, sir. Now, I let you take a shot at some of the listeners, which I don't usually let people do. So now you've got to tell us what he did wrong. Don't call other people stupid. Now all of a sudden you don't have the answer. What did Diddy do wrong? How did he get caught?
Nobody has the answer, Star.
Well then, sir, if you don't have the answer, hang on. If you don't have the answer, everything you've just said, we've said before.
That's false.
What's that?
No. Nothing I said was everything right and exact for what we've experienced.
We've already said what you said, sir. We've already said what you said. The question is,
my apologies then.
The question is, what did Diddy do wrong to get caught? It's a simple question. Come on, man. If you don't know,
maybe he didn't pay. Maybe he didn't. Okay, what he did wrong is he didn't probably break Cassie off with more stardom than she desired.
Bingo.
Bingo. Okay.
Yeah.
Cassie didn't.
And we've said that already. Also.
Okay, but then we already know all of that. So what I'm saying, the stuff is petty, homie. But the stuff is petty. Okay. It's a quarrel between two people, and somebody took advantage, the benefit of doubt that they get from the law from being a woman, and brought it against them. And also, what we did wrong, what Diddy did wrong. Or also what we do wrong, we set up a lot of the propaganda and a lot of rhetoric and all talk over the last years of what Diddy may have done to this person, that person, made him more prime for a target. Because I don't believe that the government, whatever, don't think that he had a backing from the people, because we've been slandering him for the last 10 so years because of.
Well, hang on a second. Let me jump in there because hold on. Let me jump in there because there's something.
Yes, sir.
There's something else here that with regards to what he did wrong. Whether you like her, or not, was putting hands and feet on Cassie wrong?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Without a doubt.
So fuck if he's been slandered or not. You got caught, my nigga. You got caught kicking her and punching and beating her. I mean, if we want to get really technical, he became.
Well, okay.
Hold on, sir. Let me speak. I let you speak.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
He became a junkie.
Yes,
he became a junkie. He went into junkie mode. Let the slore, a fucking slore, take the coke and the money and get the fuck on. She was a slore, my nigga. A fucking slore. And I'm so tired of people saying she was beautiful. You
100%.
You spoke about when you first came on the line. I forget how you phrased it, but I'll just say this. Cassie is not some fucking dime, in my opinion. I grew up dating bitches that look better.
100%.
That look better than her. To the average,
absolutely.
To the average nigga, she's something to behold. She may appear to be a trophy. She was ugly as fuck inside. Semen infested, STDs, all sorts of herpes, allegedly, I don't know, a trash bitch. But go ahead and land your plane, please.
100% right. But so were all the Hugh Hefner's hoes. And that's when I remember when I came in earlier, I heard you speaking about. What did he do wrong different than Hugh Hefner? When I came in an hour ago, you mentioned that comparison. Hugh Hefner hoes was the exact same goddamn way. But there's a double standard.
But Hugh Hefner didn't go to the penitentiary. Hugh Hefner didn't go to the penitentiary.
Because it's a double standard, sir.
Okay.
And we know that.
Okay.
So, but I agree with you 100%. Okay. You ain't wrong in anything you said.
No, I appreciate your call. Thank you, man.
My man. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, and thank you, Deeds. I got your other email. I appreciate you. Deeds, go on and get some sleep. Go on and get some sleep. Who is this? Oh, Evelyn. Hey, let me get Evelyn. I like talking to Evelyn. Hey, Evelyn. Thank you for tapping in. Where we going tonight?
Hey, Star.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm alive, Evelyn. I'm alive.
That's good.
Where do you want to start?
Well, we're gonna start with Diddy versus Hugh Hefner. Now, Hugh Hefner, the reason why, if he would have
Evelyn, your phone's going in and out. Can you make the adjustments? I want to hear you. Make the adjustments.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Give her a second. She spends Skrilla.
Can you hear me now, sir?
There you go. You were saying?
I was saying if Diddy would have followed Hugh Hefner, what he would have did was, see, when you're doing something and you got 3 or 4 people involved, everybody got to get paid, Star. This is the reason that Puffy is in jail right now. Everybody has to get paid. You know, Cassie seen that all his other women, he bought them houses, he bought them cars. She didn't get no house. She didn't get no car. All she got was freak off.
She got it now.
Now, she might have been taken care of a little bit here and there.
Right.
But she wasn't.
She got nigger scraps.
They were.
Nigger scraps. Come on.
Right. And that's what it is. See, Hugh Hefner, even when he got finished with the one of his girlfriends, because remember, he used to walk around with 8 girlfriends. I don't know if you watched this show. I did. I watched it.
No. And let me say this, because when I try to go in on whether it be certain types of Caucasians or other people, it's like sometimes I go a little too hard, and sometimes people can't follow me. I didn't fuck with Hugh.
Okay.
Hefner. I didn't fuck with Hugh Hefner. To be real, I didn't envy nothing about him. I didn't like his swag. And I expected him to be just what he was, a playboy. I didn't think it was any great accomplishments or achievements as to what he did. And my father told me back in the 70s, the white man is a freak. A freak.
I believe that.
Sat me down at the goddamn the kitchen table and spoke to me about NAMBLA. Remember NAMBLA?
NAMBLA.
Want to Google it? NAMBLA.
I don't know what it is, Star.
Hold on a second. You're from my generation.
Yes, I do. But maybe we called it something else out here. I don't know.
No, it's NAMBLA, North American Man Boy Love Association.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know.
Founded in 1978. Hold on a second. The white man's a freak. Boy, my father sat me down and said, the cracker's a freak. But my father said crack. He was from the South. The cracker's a freak, boy. NAMBLA, North American Man Boy Love Association. So I didn't fuck with Hugh Hefner. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead. Come on.
Okay. The reason why I'm saying everybody had to get paid, and even when, see, Hugh Hefner, he knew how to play women. Once he got finished with them being his girlfriends, he would set them up. He set them up with his friends, which some of them even got married to him, like Gene Simmons, his wife that he had. She was a Playboy bunny. A lot of people, Charlie Sheen, his woman, she was a Playboy bunny. You know, once he got finished doing or making his money off of them, at least he would go get him a place to live, like he did Kendra, that got her an NBA player. He bought her a car, gave her a little change. You know, you out of the Playboy mansion now. See, Puffy wasn't doing all these things. Then he brought other people in, like Young Miami. And then I noticed the other girl that was getting freak offs and peed on and all this stuff. She was like, wait a minute. Now you done went down here and got this woman from Florida. I've been here all this time, and this is all this little stuff is all I can get.
We've already been through that, Evelyn. With all due respect, I want to hear.
No, I was saying you asked the other caller. He could never answer your question.
Yeah, but
I don't. I'm answering the question.
Well, that was the question for him. You and I have had conversations. I appreciate your perspectives. With regards to the difference, in their parties, I already laid out earlier with regards to, different things in society and the feminist movement. So Hugh Hefner was able to hide behind certain things, and he published a magazine. But as far as Diddy is concerned, I think he just became a sloppy drug addict. We can put it on the females, yes, but he became a sloppy drug addict, and I don't know if he didn't become a drug addict, whether he would have still been able to have those freak offs. I never went to one, just wasn't interested. But go ahead. I want you to speak your piece.
And Star, I want to add this on to here. I haven't heard nobody on the last show or this one say this. Why are they still holding him like this? Puffy is
because he's a nigger.
World.
Evelyn.
I know. He can't. If he wanted to go somewhere, he can't hide. He can't be hidden. You understand? Unless he's going to go to Russia.
This is the nigger wake-up call. You're going nowhere, nigga. We don't care. We don't care about your 50 million. You want to put up your nigger. Sit tight. Nigga.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. I don't think that they got all the tapes and things that they wanted to get. That's the reason why.
Okay.
I feel like they're holding him.
Okay.
They want to do some more investigating. Yeah. And we want to hold you here as long as we can hold you. And by the statute, when the judge do get ready to give him his time, he can only give him so much time because you have to follow what the statute is. So that's the only reason that I could come up with that they're still trying to hold him in there. Okay. Because it's something else that they want to do. It's something else.
Is a nigger, Evelyn? He's a nigger. It's that simple.
Oh,
it's not rocket. It's not rocket. It's not rocket science. You're gonna hold your nigger.
Well,
I'm adding on to what you said about the tapes. We're gonna hold your nigger, and if you don't get the tapes, killer, we're gonna kill your nigger like we did Epstein. Give up the tapes. Go ahead and land your plane, Evelyn.
What? Now, hey, now you know what? Now that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct. You landed my plane for me. Yeah. I forgot about Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but guess what? You know that's your boy's good friend.
Who?
Gave him his wife and everything. She worked for Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't have a good friend. Who you talking about? A good friend? I don't have a good friend. What you talking
about? Well, I'll just say this: the person that you wanted for president.
Oh, okay. I don't know Trump. I voted for him. Hang on, Evelyn. I voted for him to protect my rights. That's it. That's what a president is supposed to do. Protect my rights.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck out of here with all that. I mean, no disrespect to you, but yeah, my goddamn friend.
Okay.
Well, listen, Evelyn, I got to go.
But I was just saying that's where he got his wife from, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Okay. Good to talk to you, darling.
But you have a good night.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I appreciate you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hey there, area code 718. Are you there? Good morning. It's now morning. 718. We're talking about the Diddy parties and Hugh Hefner parties. 718. Yes or maybe?
Yo, what's good, Star? You can hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Who's this? All right, sir. Can you turn that down in the background, please? Turn that down in the background.
Right, got you.
Okay. What's cracking, sir?
Give me 1 second.
All right, sir. Can you call back? You're killing the vibe. You know, whatever you're smoking, snorting, injecting. Just call me talking about. Give you a second. I don't know you, nigga. What the fuck? Area code 601. Good morning. The diddler, the freak offs, Hugh Hefner, sex parties. Are you there? 601. Okay. All right. Let's go to area code 732. You ready? 732. Late night. 732.
What's up, Star? Peace.
Yeah. Peace. How are you, sir?
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. All right. So I feel like the Diddy parties were more like where freaks kind of gather. I think he made a space for like freaky people. I know people that gravitate to that type of energy and move crazy. Yeah, I've seen that before, and I think Diddy's like a guy who kind of does that. Hugh Hefner is more transactional. Like if Diddy moved like Hugh Hefner, he would have had a RICO, because they were running a RICO over there. I mean, there was different levels, different mansions spread out, all kind of weird stuff. Guys with houses full of girls. Hugh Hefner was doing something completely different.
What was Hugh Hefner doing, sir? Did you study him, research him? I don't know everything Hugh Hefner did. I can only imagine.
They had a documentary on him, and there's been some articles about how he was moving.
Yeah.
And so his friends, his hanger-oners, were able to manipulate women as like a stepping stool to get into his mansion. There was different levels of how they would do it. So it was a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah. Secrets of Playboy. That's just one of the documentaries that you're referring to, and there's some other stuff on Prime Video and Hulu. But did you see anything by way of minors being pimped out or people being killed? I know there was a movie, Star 80, and I forget the other centerfold's name. She died at a young age. So death and destruction was connected to Hugh Hefner, but we never saw him on trial, right? Or did I miss it?
Exactly. But Hugh didn't piss off anybody. I think Diddy pissed off the right people that make huge donations, people that have huge political power and influence, and he just overstepped. He overstepped, and they taught him a lesson. And I agree that hotel thing, that was completely a drug addict situation. Like you ran off with the dope bag.
Oh, yeah.
That's really. That's what people were seeing, you know what I mean? If you don't know a drug addict at that level, just the thought of that dope bag leaving.
Sir, have you ever had to fight a bitch at 4 a.m. over the last line of coke?
Yeah, I mean, I came up in the crack era in the late 80s. Early
I didn't smoke crack, sir. I was a cocaine sniffer. Have you ever fought a bitch at 4 a.m.? No, pardon me, 4:15 over the last line of blow? Bitch, where's that line? I was just here. I just saw it. I went to the kitchen to get a Pepsi. Where's the blow, bitch? Or else.
And that was that good coke before they started cutting it with some different shit.
That was fish scale back in the days. That was fish scale.
Yeah. The ingredient that they were using to cut it with in the early 80s and mid 80s, the government came down and they had to stop using that. They switched to something else.
Yeah.
And I noticed it was a difference in how people reacted to it. But yeah, I mean, so, and here's the thing about Cassie, her lineage goes to a freak off country, big issues over there. That's how they live. It's a way of life, so I don't.
Never mind, Cassie. So let's go back for a second. Have you ever had to defend yourself at 4:15, 5:30 over a drug transaction? As you pointed out, you said that's what it was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I was, at 86, I'm 13. And I'm from Plainfield.
Oh wow.
P-Funk. East 6th Street. I ran around there, new projects.
Okay.
South 2nd and Grant. So so I've seen it all, and I've seen how crazy it is. Sometimes people amaze me how they clutch their.
Hang on a second. I got a nigga snitching in the live chat. Sir, I tell on myself. You think you're exposing me? There you go. It's on the screen. Okay. Go ahead, sir. So you were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I think if you're like 50 and up, 45 and up, sometimes people clutch their pearls like they don't remember how things kind of was. And, yeah, like, I'm not amazed. I'm not impressed. I'm not like, I guess I've seen enough. Maybe I've seen enough of the wrong stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, people are, oh, he's a demon, he's a beast. It's life sometimes.
Okay.
He on dope. Yeah.
So let's go
that's
back.
Just how I
Stay with me. So let's go back for a second. Hugh Hefner.
Right.
There's more videos I could play, but I think people have got the point, the message, if you will, with regards to how he was able to get away with things. And you said, correct me if I'm wrong, he pissed somebody off, the higher ups. Is that what you said?
I think so. He started filing lawsuits against the liquor companies.
Right.
Diddy. I don't think Hugh Hefner.
I'm going to ask this question again. I don't mean to cut you off. In the black diaspora, if you will, hip hop, rap music, doesn't it make more sense that he pissed off bum bitches and broke niggas, because those are the ones who will willingly run to the authorities and tell? I mean, other people, the higher ups, don't necessarily want to get their hands dirty. Nobody wants to be involved in a lawsuit. Lawsuits are it's not the way to go. It can prevent you from conducting other business, but sometimes you have to file a lawsuit. Doesn't it make more sense that he pissed off some broke bitches, bum ass niggas who, they've been hanging around since 92. These bum ass niggas can't even pay the mortgage on grandma's house, even after a reverse mortgage, and bum bitches. Does it make more sense?
Definitely. When you say that, people don't understand, like Diddy, he would jump on the train from college up to New York on the weekends and sneak on the train. Like, he went hard for what he got. He's a different kind of dude, good, bad, and different. I recognize somebody who has that type of genius and that type of motivation. I mean, Star, you're similar. You moved to New York, from out the suburbs and made your way. You know what I mean? You had a different type of person to move like that. So I never wanted to kick Diddy when he's down. His business practices, these type of things.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sir, I've been saying for decades, I must kick a man when he's down. Just because, just because we're cool doesn't mean that nigga can't get some work, man. Go ahead and kick the niggas back in before you go. Come on. Kick his back in before you go. Come on.
Nobody got away from Diddy good.
Okay.
Nobody's sitting pretty like, my association with Diddy, I'm sitting pretty and I'm looking good.
Okay.
It's, everybody looks bad over there. So,
okay. Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Star, be easy.
Yes, sir. Folks, don't ever think that you can't call in here and kick somebody's back in, if it pertains to the topic. But just, we're not here to slander people. I'm not here to put forth misinformation. Guys, that's my email address on the screen if you want to be a sponsor to the Star Report. Send us an email. We will send you back analytics and other things, okay? Let me go to this video here that Deed sent me. Hold on a second. Okay, so the strike is still real in Philadelphia, yes? Thank you, Deeds. Hold on. Did LL Cool J, well, I guess he didn't perform at some type of Wawa concert. He was supposed to headline, and he said he wasn't going to cross the picket line. Here we go.
To Philadelphia now, where with the workers' strike ongoing, garbage piling up as huge crowds pack the city for Independence Day, and headliners, including LL Cool J, pulling out of big performances in solidarity. ABC's Olivia Rubin joins us now with more. Good morning, Olivia.
Janae, good morning. This is day 5 of this strike that you're talking about, and this is the largest blue-collar workers union in the city, and the effects there are intensifying. Over 9,000 of Philadelphia's critical workers, think sanitation workers, 911 dispatchers, and members of the water department, walked off the job Tuesday at 12:01, demanding better pay and working conditions. 4th of July celebrations did move forward there, but the largest Independence Day parade in the nation losing some of its headlining performers. LL Cool J, as you said, standing with those workers, backing out of his performance. He said on social media, quote, "There's absolutely no way that I could perform across a picket line and pick up money when I know that people out there are fighting for a living wage." R&B singer and Philly native Jasmine Sullivan soon following suit there. The union, known as DC 33, praising those cancellations as, quote, "amazing news" as they try to force this deal here. Another big problem, though, is the trash. Garbage is piling up on the streets as negotiations hit a standstill. There's been no word on when those negotiations might resume since they ended on Wednesday without a deal. The union most recently proposing a 5% wage increase per year for the next 3 years, according to our Philadelphia station WPVI. The city countering, proposing essentially 2% per year. The city's mayor, Sherelle Parker, previously said she, quote, "did right by the blue-collar men and women of the District Council 33 with her offer." Speaking on the 4th of July, she said, while the strike is, quote, "not preferred, it is a right." Gio.
Hopefully they get those negotiations going again very, very soon. Olivia Rubin, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Deeds. Folks, be careful in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. What that says to me, with that strike, is that those goddamn blickies and the oops are going to be popping. That's a whole fact, okay? What is it? Something about... guys, what is this? What's going on with Kodak Black? No, I'm not interested in that. Thank you anyway. Hey, Gemstar, I got your donation. Okay, guys, on top of the live chat is the PayPal link if you want to use PayPal as opposed to Cash App. Okay. And I always respond to your Cash Apps just so that you'll know. You are appreciated, just in case I forget. Wait a minute. Kat, you calling back? I thought you would go home to get some sleep. What's going on, Kat?
Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry.
What's going on? You all right?
I'm sorry. I was riled up earlier. I was driving.
You did good.
Wanted to ask a question.
You did good. What's going on?
I wanted to ask a question because the other lady, no shade, the nice lady, she was asking questions about what I had said about Young Miami, and I'm saying, if he was using her, why wasn't she subpoenaed? Why did she have swords in her mouth? Why wasn't she beaten up like Cassie? Like, if he's using her, we all use each other people use each other. That's what this world sometimes is based upon. But she was making it like it was a joke, like, oh, well, like, what does that mean?
You're talking about Sarah, I think.
I suppose it was, yes.
I don't remember. I don't remember everything that was said, but with regards to Young Miami, what is her name? Is it Carisha?
Carisha, yes.
Let me write this down.
Because he gave her a Maybach. He was giving her an allowance. He was taking on her Chanel shopping sprees. It was even documented in the trial by Jane Doe, who we all know is 50 Cent's baby mother, that 50 Cent's baby mother was like, he only took me to Bottega Veneta, and this girl's going to Chanel. So that's why Diddy was getting extra heat from these other women, because he was giving her more than what he was giving to them. And
I don't understand what you're saying here. You're saying he liked Carisha. It was already said in the courtroom. It came out in the transcripts that he was just using her. Yes? No?
Okay, so if he was using her, he was using her, but she was making off of being used. They weren't making off of being used.
Kat, we have no argument here. I don't know what the concern is.
Okay, but also I wanted to say also, as far as them holding him as well.
Well, hang on a second. Let's go back because I mean you spend school. I want to take the time. Carisha was supposedly, allegedly, the drug runner. She used to get on the plane and bring the pink cocaine. So, yes, you take care of the mule. Yes, the mule wants some fucking red bottoms. I mean, I would never buy a bitch a pair of red bottoms, but he got the bitch whatever she wanted and what he felt was, appropriate. She's bringing in the pink cocaine.
If she was a drug runner, why wasn't she subpoenaed? That's illegal.
I don't have the answers. I don't know, and
I'm just asking.
I don't want to keep taking shots at Carisha. She's a mother of two.
Okay,
she got past the whole trial. I think that's a good thing that they didn't call her in. I don't know. Go ahead.
I think so too. But I think so too. I'm just curious, like, why wasn't she subpoenaed if she was this person who was distributing drugs and all these things? But also,
do you have the hots for Carisha, Kat? Let's keep it real. Are you sweet on her, young man?
I do not like females.
Okay, pardon me.
I like men. I just down for my sisters.
Okay.
And even though I know you don't like being called a brother, but I'm down for my black women. So I'm saying, like, I'm just saying what's facts. Like, if she was so bad, why wasn't she subpoenaed? Well, what happened?
I don't know.
But also, I just wanted to ask one last question. I just wanted to say one last thing.
Can you make it quick, Kat? Because I got people.
Yeah, sure I can. Sure I can. I'm saying it right now.
Okay.
When Diddy was found not guilty on the RICO charges and all of that, and his kids was outside doing push-ups and all of that.
I don't know.
Why was he not directing his kids to be more discreet? When I get out, if I was Diddy, I would punch all of my kids, the boys.
Okay, Kat, now you're talking about hitting on young people. Kat, I gotta go. Thank you. What's going on with Kat tonight? What's going on with Kat, troll babies? I will say this, though. Young Miami, she was on a track with, is it Lathan Green? Layton Green, pardon me. Layton Green had a song, and I'm ashamed to admit it. Little baby. Oh, so leave him alone. Layton Green. I like her voice, and Young Miami is on that track. You guys know what I'm talking about, or am I doing too much right now? Yeah, Layton Green. Can't leave him alone. Can't leave him alone. Dun, 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 dun. Area code 440. Is that Boris? Looks like Boris' number.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Or hold on, I have another one. Star, I have another one.
Come on.
If the baby oil doesn't sleep, you must acquit.
Yeah, I saw that on social media. I saw that on social media, but people are saying that.
Correct. I wanted to address your question about the Playboy parties or the freak-offs. In all actuality, they're one and the same. There are no differences.
Okay.
Society would like for you to think that the white men parties are more prestigious and elite, but they're not. I believe the main difference is that Hugh Hefner was doing it for profit because it is part of his brand, the Playboy, whereas Diddy was just being a degenerate for the sake of being a degenerate. However, if you ask me, I'm pretty sure that there was drugs involved and perhaps even minors with the Playboy parties. We just do not know that. I want to I wanted to bring up a point that your arch nemesis, Lesser Charge, once brought up. He made the parallel comparison.
He's not my arch nemesis, though. I don't know him. I have no issue with him.
I
have to cut you short because I don't even want that out there. I have no issues with him.
I apologize. To quote Lesser Charge, he once posed the audience a question: who would they rather smash, Amber Rose or Kim Kardashian?
Okay.
He said he personally would prefer to smash Kim Kardashian, though they are both sexy women, according to him. Kim Kardashian is better presented. He drew the comparison of presenting somebody with an iPhone as a gift. Kim Kardashian, as he said, is like giving somebody an iPhone with the official box, whereas Amber Rose is like giving an iPhone to somebody from a shoebox. So I think the same applies with the freak-offs. Society like to think.
Can I respond to what you just said? Can I respond? I mean,
yes.
I appreciate you bringing certain information to the table here, but isn't that the same person, Charlemagne, who you're talking about, the same person who said that the R. Kelly tape was his favorite tape? Didn't he say that?
I'm not sure. He may have, but a lot of the things.
Hold on, troll babies. He said that was his favorite tape. R. Kelly with a minor. So let's not act like, let's not act like what he's saying holds so much weight. He did say that it was his favorite porn tape. Please continue.
Okay, that's insane. If he said, I'm not saying he didn't. I did not hear him, but if he did say that, it's insane. Another thing you brought up, how and why was Diddy caught, and what led to his downfall and his demise? Mm-hmm. If you ask me, I would say it is Cassie. Yeah. Diddy committed the cardinal sin in which he fell in love, a pimp fell in love with his own whore. It is like, I do not know if you remember, but Little Wayne, when he was a little kid, he said that he would get high off his own supply. Yeah. This is what Diddy did with Cassie. He had feelings for his hoe. I think that she has to face some repercussions for her actions. I'm pretty sure you have heard that she's facing legal issues now. The male escort by the name of Dave is saying that she
an
assaulted
STD
him,
and she had an abortion or some miscarriage or something like that. Abortion.
He said in a separate video that she got on top of him while she was on her period.
Right.
So he said, if I did this, if I let my main juices, be on a woman, she would claim SA on me. I saw another separate video of the Punisher saying, get this star, I think this might be a scoop to you, or I could be wrong.
Come on.
he was with his girlfriend. He was with his girlfriend in Six Flags. Cassie called him. She said, when can you come? He said, I cannot come right now, because he said typically he would go to her for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right. He said, I cannot go. And he was with his girlfriend, but he could not tell her that. You know what she tells him? She pauses and she says, well, can you bring somebody else? You cannot tell me.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Yes, please.
I appreciate your perspectives and your knowledge with regards to multiple topics. Diddy was not a pimp. Let's be clear. Just because people buy other people a lot of shit and buy out the bar and they try to project this pimp bravado does not mean that they are pimps. Pimps are takers. A pimp won't give you shit. You could be dying, and all it would take is a cheeseburger to save your life. And a pimp will have $5,000 in his pocket. He won't buy you a cheeseburger. That's a pimp. Pimps are not nice people. Diddy was a simp. He became a junkie. Cassie was an out-of-pocket slore. As you just said, she's calling the escorts trying to do things on her own. That's a bitch out of pocket. That's a junkie. And with regards to, I'm going to let you land your plane, but with regards to Hugh Hefner and Diddy, I'm saying there was a huge difference. He just got sloppy, man. Hugh Hefner, whether he was taking pipe or not, he had people around him who knew how to protect him. Because that Playboy mansion, I Googled it a couple of days ago, there were police investigations for a lot of things throughout the time that Hugh Hefner was in charge. He finally sold the whole name operation, if you will, but he stayed out of getting indicted for something. And I'll say this again, he had the sense enough to marry. How many times was he married? You know, was it 3 times, Hugh Hefner?
I think 3 times. I believe so, 3 times.
So he married his bottom bitch. Diddy should have married Cassie, but he didn't. So we have what we have. But go ahead and land your plan. Just want to say all that.
To champion what you said, you are correct. A pimp never gives, they only take. If you know Chopper from Making the Band, he made an interview and he said that many women would give him money. This is the reason why the feds were on his behind, because they also hit him with a RICO charge. Last thing that I say before I go, I think that Cassie's parents did a terrible job of this from an early age, because she wanted to be a model at the age of 13 or 14. She went to a private school. Ryan Leslie found her. You know how he found her in the club?
I don't want to go back into. I'm sorry, I don't want to go back into that Ryan Leslie stuff, man. Yeah, we've done that before.
The only thing I wanted to say that, right? He found her dancing on the tables, and she was 18.
Yeah,
me and you is a song about the fellatio. But come on, of course. It's nonsense what they say that Diddy made her like that. Me and you came out before she was even with him, and she's talking about giving head. Come on. Have a good night, Star.
Thank you, Boris. Good to talk to you. Thank you. Somewhere around the early 2000s, the whole pimping thing became twisted. And, you know, all of this up in the videos, making it rain on bitches. Pimps don't do that. My homie Kenny Ivory, a.k.a. Pimpin' Ken, used to say, you know, if a hoe's in the club and there's $1 up under the goddamn bar, he said, ho, get down there and get that $1. Get that $1, ho. There's a hoe up under the motherfucking bar over there to the left, next to the shoe. Get the $1, ho. That's a pimp. I've never met a pimp in my life to buy out a fucking bar for all my niggas. I want all my niggas to eat. That's not a pimp, kids. That's not a fucking pimp. Whoa, wait a minute. Late night, Colleen. Hey there, how are you? Thank you for tapping in so late. What's going on?
Hey, I'm just doing laundry. I've been doing a lot of housework today.
Okay.
And I've been listening to this conversation on and off. And again, the historian that I am, I want to take everybody back. Just give me a few minutes.
Let's go. Come on.
Kennedy was assassinated.
Right.
Okay. Lyndon Johnson took over.
Right.
Lyndon Johnson took on all the social reform programs that President Kennedy and his brother Robert were trying to implement. Robert Kennedy was completely unaware that people lived in such destitution in Alabama and all of the deep southern states. And he was horrified that American people, because he had been raised in privilege, were living in such dire poverty. As everybody knows, he too was assassinated. So Lyndon Johnson started all these social reform programs, and it was called the Great Society.
Mm-hmm.
During the Kennedy administration, although the civil rights movement was very strong and the Civil Rights Act was subsequently passed, Black families were very cohesive. I think the out-of-wedlock rate for Black families was maybe 20%, but it was the reverse for whites born out of wedlock. And as soon as Lyndon Johnson passed his Great Society reform, the Black community then was cannonballed into a welfare state. Now, what do I mean by that? It basically means that Lyndon Johnson, who was a master of trickery, he incentivized Black women to have children out of wedlock. Okay? So we're talking about the 60s, the late 60s.
Where are you going, Colleen? Where you going?
This pimp culture, okay, that Puff Daddy pushed on the masses, including the lyrics that were in some of his songs and some of Biggie's songs. It created this culture, this pimpology culture, that normalized this degenerate behavior, okay? It broke up, going back, the reason why you have to look at the historical ramifications of what transpired in the late 60s and the early 70s, we went from having cohesive Black families and a Black economy being built, okay, because families were sticking together, to the swinging 70s, where, again, Black men were pushed out of the household, Black men who already had a difficult time finding jobs. They were pushed out of households, so mothers were incentivized to be on welfare because men couldn't find jobs. You had the swinging 70s. You had all these different swingers clubs. You had Hugh Hefner and the Hefner Mansion. You had Bill Cosby. You had Don Cornelius. You had all of these really, really strong Black figures in the Black community being lured into this degenerate lifestyle, right? And
Colleen, can I jump in for a second? I don't want to stop your flow, and I appreciate everything you're putting on the table. Was the Black man pimping back in the days of slavery? Was he pimping Mammy if he were tired, and he needed himself a pig foot and a bottle of beer? Would he then? Hang on. Well, we're using logic. We're using, we're using sensibilities here. Did the Black man, after a hard day of working in the field or attending to the cows and chickens, whatever, did he send?
Do you have that in writing?
Did he send Mammy in the house to do some, pardon my language, some fucking and sucking? Come on back here with that pig foot bottle of beer.
No. Say no. All right, cut it out. No, I'm trying to teach a lesson here, and you're making a mockery out of it.
Colleen,
I'm just trying to say.
Colleen, hold on. I'm as serious as colon cancer. Every high yellow baby was not a product of a rape. Come on now.
No, I know. I know that.
And
but I can't speak. I can't speak on slavery.
I can give you a source if you go to
okay, please do.
Libraries, genealogy departments. You can see who had babies and on certain plantations, the names of those babies and who produced those babies.
Yes, I know. Booker T. Washington was a product of that, and he was a brilliant man. He was also a slave when he was a child. That's why he used to go back and forth with Du Bois, who was born into freedom, right?
Come on.
These two men had two different perspectives on how Black people should move forward after Reconstruction, right? But Booker T said we build the wealth by using our skill. And then the next generation or our children can profit and go to college. Du Bois said, no, every Black man should get an education. While Booker T was like, no, we need to use our skill to build our real estate portfolio. We need to, the white man needs us right now. Du Bois said, no, everybody should go to, Harvard University. So you have these two factions warring with each other, but the two factions really want Black people to move forward. And what I'm saying and what I've told my students is, this demon, Lyndon Johnson, threw a monkey wrench in the progress of the Black community, where they would continue to build a Black economy and broke up the Black family. So then you go into the 70s, the swinging 70s era, You have all this degenerate behavior going on. Then the 80s comes around. The crack epidemic just threw another bomb into the Black community, specifically in urban areas, but it was happening in the suburbs as well, right? And then the 90s get shuffled in.
Right.
And you have these characters that are, promoting pimpology, promoting, this pimp lifestyle.
Colleen,
telling kids that,
Colleen, the black man been pimping.
I don't mean to.
Black man been pimping.
Yeah, but that's a very small percentage. Come on.
All right.
Well, that was a very small percentage. There's a very, I know supply and demand. I know about economics. I know about everything. My point is, he basically was like another R. Kelly leading the youth astray, like the Pied Piper, right? So now you have all these young people who grew up in the 90s, who are my age now, thinking that the answer to, disrespect is violence instead of sitting down and talking to people and trying to work out their problems. I'm not Pollyanna. I grew up in the Bronx. I saw beef. I saw people get, killed, shot. My friend was at skate key. He got shot in his back. Wow. I don't know if you know, Antoine Clark, Feds Magazine. He never glorified violence. Okay. So, you have to put all of this into perspective. This was degenerate behavior on everybody's part. Okay. Was Cassie a victim? Only when she was getting her ass beat, if you don't mind.
Whoa, Colleen, you're saying, okay. So she was.
I don't think she was a victim anymore. Okay. I don't think she was a victim anymore. I read the transcripts. Yeah. I read a lot.
Got you right.
Right. Okay. So she was a drug addict. She knew he was using cocaine. They would use it all kinds of. He was too old for that. Just like you said, he was too old to be, to be played the way he was played. Jeez. But at the end of the day, now he's probably going to go to prison.
Okay.
For the lesser charges. Okay. So I hope people are learning. Like I said before, I hope people are learning their learning their lesson. Degenerate behavior is not going to get you anywhere. Right. Okay. And you have to set a proper example for children and for the community. This is not okay anymore. Okay. This is not okay. That's all I have to say. Like I'm folding my towels and I'm folding my laundry, but this is not okay anymore. The degenerate behavior is not okay.
Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate you. Have a good
Bye,
day.
hon.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Colleen tapping in. Kids, black man been pimping. I was talking about when I said I don't know when this pimping thing in hip hop started because prior to the whole fly, flashy, jiggy pimping phase, you had the golden age of hip hop. That was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Even I had some little medallions. You've seen my medallions. I don't want to go too far back, but that was a period where everybody was, pushing the whole conscious era, if you will. Somewhere around 2000 or so. Well, when did the song Big Pimpin' come out? That's when it really came to a head. I hated that song. Down, 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 down. Couldn't stand it. Guys, sit tight in the queue. There's another video that I wanted to play here. Self-interactive planet. Fucking great side. Somebody sent me a cute video of a squirrel attacking somebody. Wait a second. Who sent me this video of a squirrel attacking somebody? I found this to be okay. Hold on a second. So I don't know if you want your name mentioned or not. But thank you for this video. I found this to be entertaining. In case you guys don't know, I have another YouTube channel called Squirrel Party, and I ask you to please go there and just leave a nice comment about the squirrels. But someone sent me this. Hold on. Catch this. Catch this. Damn it. Squirrel attacked him.
Damn it.
One more time.
Damn it.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's another video I forgot to play. Whoa. Wait a minute. Is this woman's nickname Crackhead Barney? Back in April, she ran down on Zoran Mamdani, who now has secured the Democratic nominee for the mayor's race in New York City. You guys up to speed? Is this her name? It says Crackhead Barney. Now, this is the woman who was down at the courthouse, and they were squirting the baby oil on her after the Diddy verdict. Let me play this. Let me just play it, and then we'll come back to it. Hold on a second.
You look ambiguous. You look weird. You look weird. What the fuck are you?
I'm an Indian, Ugandan, New Yorker.
Okay, so you're African American. So would you claim the African American status like Elon Musk?
No, I would not.
Why not? You're African, but you're African, right? I knew you grew up there. Your middle name is Kwame.
I am. I'm proud to be Ugandan.
Okay.
But I think that is misleading.
So would you claim the African American status like Elon Musk?
No, I would not.
Why not? You're African, but you're African, right? I knew you grew up there. Your middle name is Kwame.
I am. I'm proud to be Ugandan.
Okay.
But I think that is misleading.
And whether Indian Uganda is colonialist, or did you come happy? Did you come to fuck shit up, or did you come in peace?
We came in peace.
And I know your father's a professor.
My father's a professor. My family came from Gujarat to Uganda about 200 years ago.
So the caste system, what are you? Like Brahmin? Are you like are you like untouchable? What are you? You look a little light skinned.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so you're a piece of shit. And what are you? Are you Arab, Indian? What are you? You look.
Okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong. This guy, Zoran Mamdani. There's a little controversy right now where supposedly he claimed to be African American at one of his college, on one of his college admission forms. Yes, no? This is the guy who's running for the mayor of New York City. Let me play it one more time.
You look ambiguous. You look weird. You look weird. What the fuck are you?
I'm an Indian, Ugandan, New Yorker.
Okay, so you're African American. So would you
He was
claim
born in
African American
Uganda.
status like Elon Musk?
No, I would not.
Why not? You're African, but you're African, right? I knew you grew up there. Your middle name is Kwame.
I am. I'm proud to be Ugandan.
Okay.
But I think that is misleading.
So would you claim the African American status like Elon Musk?
No, I would not.
Why not? You're African, but you're African, right? I knew you grew up there. Your middle name is Kwame.
I am. I'm proud to be Ugandan.
Okay.
But I think that is misleading.
And whether Indian Uganda is colonialist, or did you come happy? Did you come to fuck shit up, or did you come in peace?
We came in peace.
And I know your father's a professor.
My father's a professor. My family came from Gujarat to Uganda about 200 years ago.
So the caste system, what are you? Like Brahmin? Are you like are you like untouchable? What are you? You look a little light skinned.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so you're a piece of shit. And what are you? Are you Arab, Indian? What are you?
Is that confirmed? Columbia University? He claimed to be African American. Can anybody send me that link via email? My email address is on the screen. Did he say he was African American to get some type of student loan? I'm not fully up to speed. Area code 313. Good morning. Are you there? 313.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, sir. How are you? Where you want to start, sir?
Hanging in there, man. I see you up late tonight.
Yeah, we're talking about the black man. How long has the black man been pimping? In this country, I'm saying since the days of slavery. Go ahead.
I mean, that's been going on. I was listening to the caller. She bringing up Lyndon Johnson and all like all that started in the 60s and 70s. I mean, that's been going on probably before slavery.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about the black man in particular. Now we can go back to foundational black Americans.
Well, yeah, I mean,
prior to slavery, but I just say, more.
Yeah, you had black guys pepping in the 20s, 30s, 40s, way before. So that's been going on. That's nothing new. Right. That's nothing that started because of Lyndon Johnson or welfare, anything like that. Yeah, that's been a hustle.
Yep. Bitch, I've been working in the field all day. I need you to go on in there and do some fucking and sucking and come on back out here with a sweet potato pie and some tapioca pudding before I go upside your head, bitch.
Well, it wasn't even too much pippin'. I mean, they were slaves. Master was going in there doing whatever he wanted to do, I can't see that. I can't see the guy working in the field getting a cold beer and what you say, a damn pig foot or something. That wasn't happening. He was just running up in there like, get your ass up in this house and take care of me right quick before I beat you and that dude's ass.
Bitch, I need some okra to go with this potato salad. Going up in there and turn a trick, ho. I ain't playing with you.
Yeah, but I was trying to see how that even related to the whole Hugh Hefner Diddy thing.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
at this point, we're just being silly. But no, the main topic: Hugh Hefner Playboy parties versus Sean Combs freak-offs. Any thoughts? Do you care?
Yeah, I mean, here it is. The whole thing with Hugh, that was a different time, a whole different era. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a white dude. He was getting away with that carte blanche. The rules were different. Women were treated like second-class citizens. I mean, that's like comparing apples and oranges to me, personally. Then you look at the Diddy situation. I mean, the guy started off doing parties. That was his thing. The drugs got into play, the desensitization. He got desensitized. He getting all the coochie he can get. He want to do something else to get off. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just, you know what I'm saying? It evolved into what it evolved into.
Well, how did Diddy get caught, sir? If this has been going on, and this is regular shit, yada, yada, yada. Hugh Hefner been doing it. How'd the black man get caught?
Well, I'm going to say this, just from a personal situation. I'm in the music game. I was out there doing some work in East Orange.
Well, but hang on a second. Can we stick to the topic first before we, hear from your personal experience? I'm asking, how did Diddy get caught, sir? How did he get caught?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is around 2003 when I got basically the warning. We were going to Daddy's house to do some work. And they're like, don't eat nothing. Don't drink nothing over there. You might see some things you don't like. So, it's like this stuff's been going on, is my point. And, I just think when you in that game and you getting that money.
Well, sir, you haven't said nothing. The question is, how did he get caught? You're talking about.
He got caught because he got old in the game. He tried to stay relevant. He was dealing with Cassie. He should have been paid her off. You know what I'm saying? He should have did that a long time ago, threw on a stipend or something like that, and probably none of this would have jumped off.
Okay. Okay. Can I ask how old are you, sir?
Because she knew what about.
Can I ask how old are
Say
you?
Again?
How old are you?
I'm 52, brother.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know you don't like brothers.
Well, sir,
52, man.
I can be very, direct, but also respectful with regards to the whole brother thing. You're 52, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a proud man of color, but here's the thing, just so that you'll know, and hopefully you'll never forget this. All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
I agree.
Okay? So if you agree, sir, hold on, sir. Hold on. If you agree, then don't call me brother. All skin folk, they've been saying that since the 70s. The first time I heard it, sir, was 1974. I was 10 years old. All skin folk ain't kin folks. I don't know you, so please don't call me brother. Okay?
Hey.
Thank you, sir. Hey there, area code 508, late night. We're talking about the Hugh Hefner Playboy parties versus Sean Combs.
How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. How are you?
All right. Number one, you ain't got a fan, you got a supporter.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right?
Thank you.
All right. What's the difference?
Yes.
What weren't they caught on? What weren't they doing? Although, I'm going to keep it a buck. Hefner he did try to elevate African Americans at some point. You ever seen that late night interview? You know what I'm talking about, sir?
No, I didn't really pay attention to him like that, Hugh Hefner. I was very well aware of him, in Playboy magazine. He was not somebody who I looked to as, a person I wanted to be like, But you say he tried to elevate black people? How? By putting in a black centerfold?
No, sir. I mean, he had on plenty of black people on his late night show, and he was interviewing them.
I don't remember that. No, sir.
And just treating them just like they were any other person.
Okay.
And so that, I think, is memorable. But to get down to the nitty gritty, who knows what they were doing at those Playboy parties, man? What isn't out there, right? What is not out there?
Well, hang on a second, sir. Are you one of the people who was saying Hugh Hefner used to party like Diddy? Are you one of those people?
I would not say.
Sounds like it.
Did or did not. Man, it doesn't matter what race you are. You can get down.
Okay, but the question is, what did Diddy do to get caught? You've just said.
Well, see,
hang on. You've just said you don't know what Hugh Hefner was doing, but a lot of people, a good amount of people, have been saying, "Well, Hugh Hefner was having parties like Diddy," so I'm trying to explore based upon research.
Yeah, I would like to as well. And I'm wondering. Yeah, and I'm wondering if color has anything to do with that. But I was going to bring this up. I don't know if someone brought this up on the show today or in the past, but I'm not convinced or unconvinced that Diddy is not the black version of what's his face.
So I thank you for the call. You're killing the vibe. Thank you. Hey there, are you calling from overseas? Area code 417? Yes, no, maybe? Are you calling from overseas?
Yes. You can hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you? Good morning. Is it morning over there? What time is it where you are?
Yes, it's 9:00.
Okay. We're talking about black slaves pimping mammy for some extra fixins and some things to make the work go a little easier. The black slave.
Okay, so yes,
pimping mammy back in the days. Any thoughts on that?
Well, they say the oldest profession is selling that cooch, so I wanted to make a comment on the difference between your homeboy Diddy Combs and Hugh Hefner.
I don't know him like that, sir. Please slow that
down. Took me off the street.
Say again?
Star, you there? I said you can't trick me off the streets.
Yeah,
even though it's early in the morning, bright minded.
Diddy's not my homeboy, sir, but please continue. This is the objective perspective.
Yeah, all right. So my thing is that it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Okay.
You know, they both were caught in two different worlds beyond the average person. Hugh Hefner, honestly, not be just because of the color of his skin, but that is going to be a reason that he was able to get away and keep his privacy private. Now, Diddy spilled his guts into the streets. You understand? That comes from education. You understand? And the people that was teaching him, he wasn't listening, so he couldn't keep the situation private enough for him not to be in the situation that he's in now. And that's why you never really heard too many allegations against Hugh Hefner and having problems legally. You understand? Because he played the game quietly. Puff Daddy is loud, obnoxious, and yeah, he going to hell with gasoline drawers on. No matter what their verdict is, the system is designed for people like him, and is designed for people like Hugh Hefner, or the dudes from Arrow, Crombie, and Finch, or all of the people who are caught in that world. I think it's a dirty game. And good thing is that we got human beings on Earth like us that stay away from shit like that. You know, excuse my language, but stay away from things like that. You know, life is too beautiful to be getting caught up in these type of situations and those type of environments. You understand? Education is based and played for us to learn. So, and it's good that this is happening. You understand? So I hope a lot of people, rich or poor, younger generation, older generation, are paying attention to things like this. So you know. It's like a book of life. You read, you learn, and you go out into the world and you use what you learn. Obviously, your homeboy Diddy, he didn't learn.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Giggling, keep trying to call Diddy my homeboy and some just, you know.